Super Bowl contenders in September. But for the Cowboys, Christmas never came in 2010.
Fumble on the play. And one of the Redskins picks it up. And he's going to go down the house for a touchdown.
Romo throws his third interception, and now the ball game's over.
And wow, what a turn of events here.
Knocking off the favored Dallas Cowboys.
Now, playoff hopes are a thing of the past. But for America's team, futures still hang in the balance. Once third string to a legend.
Gator left, Bronco right, 989.
Then the NFL's highest profile assistant.
He's such an outstanding head coaching candidate.
Now he's shaking things up in Big D.
Intercepted in the end zone. McCann is going to go 101 yards.
And that should wrap up the first win for Jason Garrett.
But his title still starts with interim. And for Jason Garrett and many other familiar faces, the audition continues tonight.
All we need is all you got. Yeah.
Foot race to the 10.
Touchdown, Dallas.
Thank you very much.
It's a special Christmas edition of Thursday Night Football on NFL Network. As the sun sets in the Valley of the Sun, University of Phoenix Stadium in Glendale, Arizona, for this Christmas night special edition of Thursday Night Football, the Arizona Cardinals host the Dallas Cowboys. And a Merry Christmas to you and your family. Bob Papa, Joe Theismann, and Matt Millen. So glad you can join us. Matt, bedlam for the Dallas Cowboys after a 1-7 start. They named Jason Garrett the interim head coach on November the 8th. 4-2 since then. Has he done enough to earn the job?
Well, you don't have to ask me. You can just listen to our pregame show and listen to what the boss says. Jerry Jones says, yes, he definitely has the skill set, but what he lacks is a little experience. What he's really brought to this Dallas Cowboy team has been details, and it showed up in a variety of different ways. But we can forget all that stuff. Tonight, like the pregame guys show said, this thing, they are a better football team than the Arizona Cardinals, and that they have to manifest that with a win.
All right, Joe, for the Arizona Cardinals, the retirement of Kurt Warner at quarterback. They thought it might be Matt Leinart. He was jettisoned. Derek Anderson's been hurt, hasn't been produced. They've had Max Hall, and now rookie John Skelton out of Fordham. Do you think he's got enough goods to carry this team?
Bob, I think he does. I really liked him watching him practice the other day. He went from third to first. But the thing is, he's going to have an opportunity that a lot of guys don't get. He's going up against a defense that's ranked 28th in the past and have given up 30 points in the last 4 games. If you're looking for an audition night, the Dallas Cowboys secondary is one you want to go against.
And Skelton and the Cardinals will get the football first. They won the coin toss. David Beeler will kick it off for the Cowboys. They've allowed 7 kickoff returns of 40 or more yards so far this season, the most in the NFL. Rookie Andre Roberts out of the Citadel back deep. He's only had 4 returns, averaging 28 yards a return. LaRon Stevens-Howlings, the normal return man, is inactive tonight. And Beeler gets this game underway. Roberts will run it out from 4 yards deep. Hit by Sam Hurd at the 16-yard line. As we take a look at the starting offense for the Arizona Cardinals, Jeremy Bridges starts at the right tackle spot. Alan Faneca, the 9-time Pro Bowler. In his first year with the Cardinals, the left guard. Beanie Wells, in his second year out of Ohio State, averaging 3.5 yards a carry. Larry Fitzgerald, 78 catches, 986 yards, and 5 touchdowns. And the quarterback is John Skelton, a 5th-round draft pick out of Fordham in New York. They'll run it on first down with Hightower. Spencer wraps him up after a gain of 1. As we take a look at the Cowboys defense, ranked 25th in the National Football League. Igor Olshansky, Jay Ratliff, the nose guard, and Stephen Bowen up front. DeMarcus Ware has 11.5 sacks this season. Veteran linebacking core with Brooking and Brady James in the middle. Anthony Spencer on the outside. Secondary has been much maligned with Newman and Jenkins, and the safety's been a problem as well for the Cowboys. 2nd and 9, Skelton Roberts turns the corner. Run out of bounds at about the 23 by Spencer. It's a pickup of 5 on the play.
And a nice safe throw by John Skelton there, just trying to let him calm himself down and get into the flow of the game. And Joe, you and I had a chance to watch some tape on this guy, and there's a lot of good things to like about him.
There are a lot of things we do like about him, Matt. I like the way he moves in the pocket. I like the way he gets the ball out of his hand.
Skelton, raised in El Paso, Texas, was not a Cowboy fan, though. He said as a kid, I rooted for everybody who played against the Cowboys. 3rd and 4, and a pass dropped by Jim Dre. Would have had first down yardage, a rookie tight end out of Stanford.
That's exactly where the Cardinals wanted to be. 3rd and 5 or less, and give young John Skelton a chance to complete some easier throws. That time it was a perfect throw. Got to make the catch.
Ryan McCann back deep for the Cowboys. Ben Graham to punt. Returnable for McCann. From the 24. Wrapped up at the 33. Twisted down at the 34. 51-yard punt. 8-yard return. As we take a look at the starting offense. The Dallas Cowboys, there's a flag on the play first. Jeff Triplett is our referee. And we'll check the flag first.
During the return, holding number 42 of the return team. 10-yard penalty, first down.
Barry Church called for the penalty, so the Cowboys will start even deeper in their own end.
You're going to see 42 right in front of you right there. It looks,
Oh, there's no about it.
that didn't look like a hold.
But no, it was a grab.
No, it wasn't.
Grabbed him in the back.
You know, Joe, you need to be blocking on special teams. That doesn't look like a
I
hold.
returned punts on
And you never looked at a block. I understand.
That's right. I couldn't block anybody.
13-year pro John Kitna, the quarterback for the Cowboys. Felix Jones, the tailback. Jones gets the first carry, no gain on the play. Darnell Dockett on the tackle. As we take a look at the Dallas Cowboys starting offense, it's a veteran group up front with Mark Colombo and Leonard Davis. Andre Garrard is the center. Kyle Kozier, the most consistent player on that offensive line. Felix Jones averaging 4.1 yards per carry on the season. Roy Williams was questionable with a groin injury, able to go tonight. Miles Austin, the big play threat, and their leading receiver, Jason Witten. 82 catches for Witten this season. Second and 10 from the Dallas 24. Kitna with time, and it's intercepted by Dominic Rodgers-Cromartie, and he's going to take it home.
Joe, the ball was perfectly thrown, but Miles Austin fell right in front of Cromartie, and Cromartie's in position to make the catch. He takes it back.
And a real nice job getting your head around and finding the ball and then taking it all the way. That was simply a timing pass. The Cardinals decided to bring pressure. Kitna gets it out of his hand, and that's just good close coverage.
Third interception for Dominic Rodgers-Cromartie, the second that he's returned for a touchdown this season. Jay Feely on for the extra point, and the Cardinals score first. A pick six for Dominic Rodgers-Cromartie. Cardinals 7-0. Dominic Rodgers-Cromartie with a late Christmas gift with an interception return for a touchdown. 11 returns for touchdowns this season. The Cardinals tied for second most in NFL history. Now, 3 of those returns are offensive fumbles that their own players have picked up and run in. Still 8 non-offensive returns.
And all they have is 8 touchdown passes. So, I mean, when your returns outweigh your rushing and your touchdown passes, you got to fix a couple of things.
Jay Feely with the kickoff to Brian McCann. McCann run out near the 25-yard line as we take a look at the interception, Joe.
When John Kitna saw the blitz, he knew exactly where he wanted to go with the ball. He sees the blitz. He's looking right now. That's where the pressure is coming from. He knows he has one-on-one coverage. Miles Austin goes to the ground. Rodgers-Cromartie does a real nice job of keeping his balance and winds up in the end zone.
You know, it's interesting talking to John Kitna. He said he's just been, over the years, whenever he feels pressure, he likes to go to his X because he knows he has one-on-one coverage. That's where he went. The throw was right, but the slip took it back for 6.
Kitna's 11th interception of the season. From the 24, Kitna to throw on 1st and 10. Under pressure, sack. Calais Campbell gets his 6th of the season, loss of 6.
They came with 5 down linemen, and they're going to come. You're going to watch him right on the side here. And all he just does is beat Colombo, who struggled this year, not had a very good year. But Calais Campbell gets the one-on-one, and when you have that, you have to win.
Cowboys bring in a second tight end on a 2nd and 16. Roy Williams split left, Felix Jones the tailback. With a screen, Martellus Bennett with some room. Bennett, face mask, lost the football, and then recovered by Austin as he got tackled.
This looks an awful lot like the Dallas Cowboys that played football under Wade Phillips. Mistakes, offside penalties.
How do they not call the face mask?
Constantly trying to do something. Now, I can't believe they don't call a face mask here. I mean, I don't know.
Darrell Washington forced the fumble, but Martellus Bennett was being face masked. In my live call, I said face mask.
Gonna get you a striped shirt.
Gain of 15, so it's 3rd and 1 for the Cowboys.
They're down to 2 seconds.
And the Cowboys will call a timeout. And we'll take it with Jason Garrett and John Kitna. Kitna's thrown a pick 6. Cardinals up by 7. Merry Christmas to the men and women defending democracy around the world and watching us live tonight at Camp Leatherneck in Afghanistan.
And thank you for all you do.
We appreciate everything.
And every one of you.
And the sacrifices your family make at home as well.
3rd and 1. Miles Austin on the toss. Austin gets the first down out to the 39-yard line as we send it down. Wish a Merry Christmas to Alex Flanagan.
Merry Christmas to you guys. Well, the pick 6 by Dominique Rodgers-Cromartie for the Cardinals gave their sideline and their team a big spark. Head coach Ken Wisenhunt stressed to me coming into this game that his team needed something good to happen early, something that they could build on behind a rookie quarterback, and they got just what they needed to start this game. Going against the hardest offense that they say they've faced all season, they need to play a perfect game, really, Bob, they think, to win this.
Off to a good start to this point. Felix Jones at a 1st and 10. Jones accelerates out to the 47-yard line and picks up 7. Greg Toller on the tackle for Arizona. What about the Dallas Cowboys, guys, as far as just trying to stabilize things here a little bit after the interception return for a touchdown?
You do a real nice job with the screen pass to pick up enough yards to get you positioned to make the first down. And this is what they have to do on 1st and 10, is be able to gain enough yards to keep the sticks in rhythm.
Second and 3. Getting audibleizing at the line. He'll throw, looking for Austin, can't find him. Let's take a look at the Arizona defense, which has already netted a touchdown for the Cardinals tonight. Calais Campbell, who has a sack in this ball game. Darnell Dockett, only 2 sacks. Brian Schofield starts for the injured Joey Porter. They got another rookie, Darrell Washington, starting at the linebacker position. And then Greg Toller and Dominique Rodgers-Cromartie, the corners. Veteran safeties, Adrian Wilson and the former Jet Kerry Rhodes. Cowboys hit a 3rd and 1, 3rd and 3 now for Dallas.
They get all small people at the line of scrimmage, only 2 down linemen.
Rashard Choice is checked in. Pass complete to Witten.
First down.
And he's got the first down at midfield as Kerry Rhodes could not stop him.
But what a catch. Jason Witten just reaches out and snatches this ball with one hand. I mean, and John Kitna says it feels good. Look at that catch. He just knocks it back to himself, is aware where the pressure is coming from, knows Kerry Rhodes is behind him.
I don't know about that spot. No, that's a good spot. I'm sorry. It was on the, I'm looking at the other side of the 50.
Reverse angle. Like the reversible vest.
Yeah.
Witten's 83rd catch.
My Burl Ives look.
John Skelton went 3 and out for Arizona, but his team has a 7-0 lead. 1st and 10 for the Cowboys. Kitna to throw again. He's under pressure. Felix Jones with some room runs out of a tackle, gets a 1st down. Dominic Rodgers-Cromartie missed the tackle. Gain of 11 for Jones. A tremendous threat out of the backfield.
And John Kitna does such a wonderful job of letting the patterns develop and then coming off and checking it down. Close to 75% of the passes that John Kitna has thrown have been under 10 yards. And that's just simply dumping off to the back, get yourself in good down and distances so that you can keep the chains moving.
And that's a departure for Kit. John Kitna likes to push the ball down the field. It's the first time he's really done a lot of checking down.
Adrian Wilson came on the blitz. Roy Williams dropped it. Toller's got it on the run. Can he beat Kitna? He will. 2nd pick 6 for the Cardinals.
This ball is thrown a little bit behind Roy Williams. It bounces off his shoulders, and I just think we saw this just a few minutes ago on the other side of the field. Greg Toller takes it in for the touchdown. Good alert play. Finding the football.
66 yards off the hands of Williams.
Clark Hagan's had a really nice drop to force that ball to be thrown behind. Had he not had the proper drop, he would have been able to lead it. He wasn't able to, and the result is 6.
Feely on for the extra point. And he knocks it through. Roy Williams couldn't hold it. Greg Toller, second-year man out of St. Paul's in Virginia, finishes it. Roy Williams could not handle the pass from John Kitna. Greg Toller gets his 2nd interception of the season and his 1st interception return for a touchdown of his career. 66 yards, 2 pick sixes for Arizona, and they lead the Cowboys 14-0 here in the 1st.
That ball was thrown a little behind, but Roy Williams got to make that catch. A nice job by the backer, but you got to make the catch.
Jay Feely with a good deep kickoff. McCann will take it in. So the Cowboys will start from their own 20-yard line, with the Arizona Cardinals spreading holiday cheer with 2 interception returns for touchdowns. Back in Arizona on Christmas night, the Cardinals with 2 returns tonight now have 12 return touchdowns, 8 passing. Since 1960, more returns than touchdowns in a season. Only the 77 Bucks have done it. 3 of those 12 returns were offensive fumbles that were picked up by fellow teammates and run in, but with that said, they still have 9 returns for touchdowns, taking out the offensive ones. Rashard Choice, nowhere to go, fights to get back to the line of scrimmage. Darrell Washington, the rookie out of TCU, made the tackle for Arizona. Dallas Cowboys owner Jerry Jones and his son Steven and family checking out this ballgame. Not the kind of start, a lot of positive momentum with Jason Garrett, and they were kind of hoping for a nice, strong finish down the stretch.
Well, now they're going to have, they've obviously got their work cut out for them, but they've been on the field almost the entire 1st quarter.
Kitna on a 2nd and 10 will be sacked for the 2nd time. Clark Higgins gets his 5th sack of the season. Loss of 6.
Just beats Gronkowski, the fullback, number 44. You're going to see him right in front of 23. Higgins comes off the edge. Now you have to set the edge and force him up the field, but Higgins takes the inside with power and gets past him. He's able to come back underneath.
Gronkowski's brother, rookie tight end with the New England Patriots. 3rd and 16 for the Cowboys. Witten goes to the slot right. Kitna under pressure again. Kitna to the middle of the field, deflected away from Williams by Dominic Rodgers-Cromartie, incomplete.
What a nice job by the Cardinals secondary, giving Kitna nowhere to go. He wanted to run a drag route underneath, but the linebackers were in the way and he was forced to scramble. They're going to try and run crossing routes underneath. Nothing there. Yeah. Roy Williams, just to me, it looks lost out there. He doesn't look like he's working. He's hesitant coming out of the routes. And the result of one drop has been a touchdown.
Matt McBriar to punt for Dallas. Booms one to the rookie Andre Roberts from the 24. Roberts out to the 35-yard line. And that's where the Cardinals will start 1st and 10. Well, the Dallas Cowboys, the first 29 years, Tom Landry, 250 wins, 2 Super Bowl wins, 5 NFC championships. Then Jerry Jones came in as owner, Jimmy Johnson, and the success they had. Barry Switzer won a Super Bowl. Then it was Chan Gailey, Dave Campo, Bill Parcells, Wade Phillips, and Jason Garrett. 7 coaches since. And only really 2 strong personalities in that group, Parcells and Jimmy Johnson. Skelton to throw. Mauia, the fullback, fights for a first down. Nice catch by the 3rd-year pro out of Hawaii, Reagan Mauia.
Anthony Spencer is out in coverage, trying to cover Mauia. Good strong hands. Can't get it away from him. Wind up with a first down. Nice throw. Good crisp throw.
That's good coverage, too.
Those are the kind of inches you talk about that you have to squeeze a ball into at this level.
Making the catch is fine. Now make the tackle at the end of it. He had his arm wrapped around top. He was in perfect position, but Mauia got away from him.
Skelton out of the gun, gives for Jason Wright. DeMarcus Ware attacks him after a gain of 2. So John Skelton's a rookie out of Fordham University in the Bronx, only active NFL player from Fordham. Of course, that school made famous in football by Vince Lombardi and the 7 blocks of granite. Set a school record with 69 career touchdown passes. 5th-round draft pick. You know, he was recruited by TCU, Texas Tech, and SMU. And then those schools sort of lost interest in John Skelton. And it was an interesting road to the East Coast for him. 2nd and 8 for the Cardinals. Hightower takes it to the outside and just short of a first down.
They got the edge fast. He starts up inside and forces everybody to bite down inside. Looked like Spencer came off that left side. You're going to watch him right down in here. Now he jumps down inside and then he redirects. That's just well done. Good running, getting to the outside.
A lousy job by Spencer.
So that sets up a 3rd and short for Skelton, who's 6'6", 240 pounds. Let's see if he keeps it. They'll give it to Hightower, who pinballs for the first down.
You know, just talking to Ken Wisenhunt, the head coach of this Arizona Cardinal team, and to echo what Alex said earlier, he said they needed something good to happen early. And he said, you know, we have a relatively young team, and they had to get some kind of confidence, something to work off of, and now they have that. And so now you see a team and you say, okay, they're out of the playoffs and all that, but you're playing because you're competitive. It's about competition. They have their incentive. Now they have to see what they can do for the rest of the game.
Skelton on a play fake on 1st and 10. Can't find the tight end, Steven Spock, and the pass goes incomplete. You know, with Skelton, his uncle went to Columbia in New York after TCU, Texas Tech, and SMU lost interest. So his uncle went to Columbia, and he brought him to the East Coast, and they went to look at Columbia and Fordham and Rhode Island, and fell in love with the campus, the Rose Hill campus in the Bronx, and felt that he'd get a good opportunity there to play, and winds up getting drafted in the 5th round, and now has an opportunity here to earn a job. 2nd and 10, trying to find the middle of the field to Max Komar, and there's a flag on the play in the secondary.
They went man-to-man underneath with 2 deep over the top. And so they're making this
pass interference defense, number 56. Automatic first down.
Penalty on Brady James.
Yeah, they're going to make this quarterback, the young quarterback, have to throw into really small windows. And so you're going to see Brady James right on top of him, and he hooks him, and it's a good call.
Brady James can't cover Max Comar. One of the weaknesses of the Dallas Cowboy defense is age and not very good performance out of the inside. Keith Brooking is long in the tooth, and Brady James hasn't played anywhere near the level that he did a couple of years ago.
Gives Arizona 1st and 10. Hightower picks up a yard or two. Spencer on the tackle. Deuce Latui got knocked down. The 5th-year pro out of USC. Next Thursday, catch the premiere of No Huddle, The Road to Dallas, presented by Mercedes-Benz. NFL Network analysts look at the upcoming playoffs and take your questions via Twitter. Watch No Huddle Thursday at 8 Eastern only on NFL Network. That should be a lot of fun. Fans getting to interact with our crew. Second and 8 for the Cardinals. Skelton on a play fake. Under pressure from Ratliff, and the pass batted away by Newman, intended for Roberts.
That's a part of the game that the Cardinals didn't have just a year ago. They didn't have it at the beginning of the season, but Skelton gives to them right now, and it's his ability to move in the pocket. And so he does get pressure, and now he knows he has an open man. He rolls to the right. That's just good defense right there by Newman, 41.
A year ago, you didn't need it because there was a guy by the name of Kurt Warner.
What was that guy's name again?
That was a pretty good guy pulling the trigger.
Not a bad player.
He didn't need to move very far to get a lot of guys the ball.
3rd and 8. Then Patrick as an H-back next to Skelton. Cowboys bring pressure. Skelton to the left side. Roberts is a yard short, though. Jenkins knocked him out of bounds just short of the sticks.
That was good defense. Again, man-to-man. And so what Wisenhunt does is he goes to a bunch package on the outside, and it forces your defenders to have to stay outside. They can't jump inside in fear they'll get picked. And so they run the route. Skelton puts it right on the money. Good tackle by Jenkins.
And on a 4th and 1, Cardinals are going to go for a field goal of 49 yards by Jay Feely, who's hit 22 of 24 this year. His long 55 is getting better with age. Snap is clean, and he missed it wide right. So the Cardinals had a chance to add to a 14-0 lead built by their defense, but Jay Feely misses from 49 yards out. Cowboys will have good field position. Well, some miscues for the Cowboys in the first quarter. First, Miles Austin slips. Dominic Rodgers-Cromartie, 32-yard interception return for a touchdown. Then Kitna has the ball go off Roy Williams. Greg Toller goes 66 yards for a touchdown. The two teams have combined for 67 yards of offense. Arizona's defense has 98 yards in returns. Felix Jones picks up a yard. Well, the 2 interception returns for touchdowns in the first quarter by the same team. You got to go back to 1999 and the Patriots. Andy Katzenmoyer and Ty Law did it for the Patriots in the first quarter of a game back in 1999.
Well, Ty Law did it for a long time, did it well for a long time.
This is a very big drive for the Dallas Cowboys. They need to get something positive out of this drive to get out of the funk they're in on offense.
Kitna takes the snap. False start against the Cowboys, the preliminary call.
False start. 68 in the offense. 5-yard penalty. Still 2nd down.
You know, Bob, when we spoke with Billy Davis, their defensive coordinator, he said, in this game, if our best players play their best, we'll have a chance. And if that's going to happen, Darnell Dockett is their best player on defense. He sets the tone for the up front, and it carries through the whole defense. And when he's on, he's really, really tough to block.
And the last penalty was on Doug Free, who's got to block him, the left tackle. Bennett in motion, 2nd and 14. Kitna, Jason Witten, tackled at the 43, pickup of 8.
Wade Phillips got fired because of the way the Dallas Cowboys played football. They had 55 offensive penalties coming into this game, 3rd most in the league. Now, once again, you get an unforced error by jumping off sides, which keeps you off schedule. But what you're seeing out of the Dallas Cowboys right now is not a whole lot different than what you saw, and it got Wade Phillips fired.
And part of that recipe, though, if they're going to have success, Witten is the guy they have to ride in situations like this.
3rd and 6. Hitting with time. Witten's got the first down. Witten to the Arizona 43. Rhodes on the tackle.
Matt, you made a point. We were talking about it the other day. You said there's a couple guys in this league that just can't run away from anybody, but nobody can cover them. Tony Gonzalez and Hines Ward. I think we both agree that the third guy that really doesn't look like he runs real well, but he's so vitally important and can do the same thing, is Jason Witten.
And he'd be the first one to tell you. He says, I play against guys who I don't run as well, but Bill Parcells gave me a little tip. It's that last pre-snap read, that last 15 seconds, that's where you get your game plan together, and that's helped him a bunch.
Kitna for Austin, and he doesn't hold it. Dominic Rodgers-Cromartie on the coverage.
And you can't throw it any better than John Kitna has. I mean, John is so frustrated right now. He releases, does a good job getting up the field. Watch where this ball is put. Right there. Yeah, he's being hand checked, and this is the business. It doesn't get tipped, goes right through his hands. If you want to call anything, you can call defensive pass interference or holding.
You could have, but you know, even that being said, Joe,
doesn't matter. Still
got to make the catch.
12 seconds to go in the first. Felix Jones can't turn it outside, and Adrian Wilson. Excellent run stuffer from the safety spot like a linebacker. Makes it a loss of 2. We've come to the end of quarter number 1 on Christmas night in the desert. A pair of interception returns for a touchdown. Dominic Rodgers-Cromartie, Greg Toller making Jerry Jones' night not so happy.
I just want to say Merry Christmas to my kids back home, Jordan, Jada, Jalen, and Jameson. Daddy, sorry he has to be away from me, but I hope you're enjoying the game. Merry Christmas.
All the J's.
Well, the Grinch has stole Kitna's Christmas to this point with 2 interception returns for touchdowns by Arizona. As we start the second, Cowboys face a 3rd and 12 at the Cardinals 46. Kitna, Austin, first down to the 31, pickup of 14.
That's a pro. You want to define a pro? Miles Austin is a pro. He misses the opportunity for a big gain. He's got the same hand fighting going. They're battling. He's all over them. Makes the tough catch inside. Not a big window there once again. Somebody's going to have to explain to me what defensive holding and pass interference is.
You want to talk about a pro? Kitna is throwing the ball like a pro. Perfect. He has been on tonight.
From the 32, Marion Barber in the game for the first time. Loses a yard. Darrell Washington on the tackle. Barber's missed the last 4 games with calf injury. A look at the University of Phoenix Stadium. Our aerial coverage provided by Southwest Airlines.
You know, Billy Davis, the defensive coordinator for this Cardinal team, he's taking some chances. He's not afraid to throw things at him. He knows he can cover people outside. And he's running some blitzes inside to get pressure on Kitna.
Kitna to throw again on the 2nd and 10. Middle of the field is open, bobbled, and held onto by Martellus Bennett. And he picks up 8 on the play.
The Cowboys scare you on offense. Not because of their execution, but the ball seems to get away from them way too much.
Watch Barber's block right here, number 24. That's against Calais Campbell. He's about, maybe 6 inches shorter and about 50 pounds lighter, but he takes his face and sticks it right in his chest. All you young running backs out there, that was picture perfect. That's how you do it.
3rd and 2 for the Cowboys. Kitna will work from the gun. Quick release, pass not caught by Austin. Michael Adams on the coverage. As you get a look at Billy Davis, the defensive coordinator for the Cardinals.
Well, Michael Adams was right there. You talk about knowing routes and studying routes. What a great job Billy Davis. Look, he is right there, right in front of him, and it hits his backhand. He's not even looking at John Kitna. All he's done is done film study, read the route, and that's what you got.
And he's cutting the coverage from inside out. And so you're running to the wide receiver, you're taking that slant away.
David Beeler from 42. He's missed 7 this year. And this one slips inside the right upright, and the Cowboys are finally on the board with 12:49 to go in the first half. A couple of interceptions thrown for touchdowns, but Jason Garrett's team on the board down 14-3. Ken Wisenhunt and the Arizona Cardinals in front of the Cowboys as he confers with rookie quarterback John Skelton. After the Cowboys connect on a 42-yard field goal by Beeler after the Cardinals had missed a 49-yard field goal from Jay Feely. Tony Romo traveling with the ball club, talked to him before the game as the ball falls off the tee, and said he's still having problems sleeping on his left side. Romo was injured in the October 25th game against the Giants. Thought he might be able to come back, but as he said, if I can't sleep on my left side, I certainly can't get hit by people bigger than me.
Well, I was on the field talking to Tony when he was throwing around a little bit, and he said, you know, I wonder if I could get off IR. He's getting a real itch. He threw the ball pretty well out there, but obviously he talked about it, Bobby can't take the shot, but you know, it's in the back of his mind that he wants to get out there.
He doesn't have to wait long, only 6 months.
Just 6 months.
Beeler. Deep kick, and Roberts will take a knee. So Arizona will start at their own 20-yard line. And before the game, Tony Romo just out throwing the football around a little bit. Obviously frustrating year for him with the injury and not being able to help the football team sort of work out of the malaise that they were in.
Yeah, what a great job John Kitna has done, though. I mean, for Jason Garrett to lose Tony Romo and the things that he can do and be able to lean on somebody like John Kitna, who they really, you know, John came here as a backup. He knew he was going to be a backup for the Dallas Cowboys, and Jason wondered, could he be a starter and go 6-8 games? Finding out that he can, and probably more.
Here's the guy they have to get in the game right now. It's Larry Fitzgerald. Got to get him in.
Beanie Wells in for the first time with some room. Takes on Sean Lee and moves him forward for 6 yards. As check in with Alex.
Hey, Bob, Tony Romo having a hard time recovering from that injury because he broke the bone in 3 different places. Like you said, he can't yet take a hit on it. He said he knows that because when he lays down on it, like you said, it gives him pain. And until he can lay down on the side, on that shoulder, and not feel any pain, then he cannot take a hit. So he's waiting for that moment. But hey, who cares about that? The bigger news about Romo, he got engaged last week, you guys, to a local TV reporter in Dallas.
Oh, you would do that, Alex. You would bring that up.
I congratulate him.
The social network.
He's excited about it. 2nd and 4. Skelton with time unleashes the big arm. He's got Roberts wide open to the 20. 10-5, he'll score. Now we'll check the flag. 74 yards.
That never happens. Regardless of what happens, that throw never gets off if Beanie Wells doesn't have great protection on a blitz.
Pass interference, defense, number 21. That penalty is declined. He's on the play, the touchdown.
Jenkins got called for the penalty. 74 yards. He then beat Alan Ball, rookie to rookie. Fordham to the Citadel as Skelton throws his first career touchdown pass. And Arizona pushes the lead to 20-3 with Feely's extra point pending. And the operation is clean. Well, a couple rookies making things happen after the defense scored 2. Andre Roberts goes 74 yards, 21-3 Cardinals. John Skelton throws his first career touchdown pass. It goes for 74 yards. In the previous 8 touchdown passes by Arizona, the touchdown passes amassed only 74 yards in total, and he gets 74 yards on one pop.
Did a real nice job of hanging in the pocket on that one.
Feely to kick off. McCann from the 5. McCann nowhere to go. Walker on the tackle after the return of 15. Well, NFL.com playoff challenge. Play NFL.com's playoff challenge. You could win a trip to the Super Bowl. Sign up at NFL.com/fantasy. Always worth getting involved in the fantasy games, logging on to NFL.com, and who knows?
How'd you do? You in it?
Got to be in it to win it, John.
Okay.
First and 10 for the Cowboys. Kitna avoids the sack. Gets back to the line of scrimmage. Darnell Dockett on the tackle. Guys, let's go back to the touchdown pass to Skelton.
Here's the whole key. It's Beanie Wells, 26. You're going to watch the safety come, and he's clean. And Beanie Wells, if you're playing a running back position in this league, running's the easy part. Blocking is the tough part. He makes the block perfectly and allows the throw.
And then one of the most difficult throws for a quarterback under pressure like that is to be able to put the ball someplace where you know your receiver can get it. And John Skelton did a nice job there as well.
And officially that goes as a sack. Dockett's third of the season, third tonight by Arizona. Jones on the run. Felix Jones has a first down. Pickup of 12.
Nicely done by Felix Jones. Good vision and good feet in the hole. He saw he had the corner fast because they got a crashing defensive player, and then he bounced it. Just those feet right at the point, you make the decision, and once you make the decision, you got to follow through. He does.
Well, Felix Jones added a little muscle to his frame in the offseason to be more sturdy because of some of the injuries, but he shows the explosiveness right there that made him a first-round pick in 2008. Rashard Choice in on a 1st and 10 from the Dallas 31. Kitna hit by Dockett, sacked by Dockett. Fourth sack of Kitna so far tonight, loss of 4.
You hear that drum? You hear that beating right there? Yeah, that's Darnell Dockett, and he's beating Colombo like a drum. And it is constant. It's been from the start of the game. He just takes him, get out of my way. Whoa, Colombo, get out the way.
If the Dallas Cowboys have had one Achilles heel for the last 3 years, it's been their offensive line. It is not protected well. It is not run blocked well. It's made too many penalties, and they're really, really hurt this offense.
Well, Colombo and Kozier were hurt throughout most of preseason. Kitna, Choice, and he gets submarine out of bounds after a pickup of 3. Good pursuit to the football by the Arizona defense.
So, Joe, now you're starting to get a pass rush that's humming. So there's a couple things you can do. Draws are one of them. Screens is the other. So they're trying to slow them down right now with some screens.
They have, and the other part of it is, Matt, is they have had no opportunity to really get the ball down the field. When John Kitna drops back, you see the numbers. I mean, 4 knocks down, 4 sacks, 9 hits. I mean, he just has nowhere to go with the football.
3rd and 11. Cowboys are 1 for 2 in third downs of 9 or more yards tonight. Kitna over the middle. Miles Austin, first down and more to the Cardinals 46, pickup of 23.
Let's give credit where credit is due. This time they brought 6, and so protection's paramount. And the offensive line in the backs do a nice job of stepping up on the inside. Rashard Choice, 23, and you're also going to watch Witten on the inside. That's 6 on 7. You got to win it, and they do. And that allows Kitna to be able to find Austin on the crossing route.
Witten does a good job of picking up Adrian Wilson late, number 24.
Austin, 2 catches for 36 yards. Sam Hurd on the screen makes the first man miss. And he'll pick up about 4. Dominic Rodgers-Cromartie missed the first tackle.
You see that break, Joe? Wow. Rodgers-Cromartie, he had that one dialed in. He just couldn't finish it. The difference between a good play and a great play is finishing the play. Watch this. Really well read. Didn't wrap his arms. He went up and gave a little little Christmas
I
bump.
think he was trying to grab the ball out of his hands. We see that more and more out of defensive backs on initial hits as opposed to later hits.
Make the tackle. Dan Williams did make it. 4 yards downfield. 2nd and 6. Kitna's pass batted down at the line and incomplete.
Whenever this Dallas Cowboy team needs a play, like here, it was a critical play. Now it's 3rd and 6. The guy they continually look to is Jason Witten. Kitna talked to us about really not ever really having a tight end that he could trust. Like Witten said, it's been different for him, but he's developed great confidence in throwing the ball to Witten. Look for him here in this situation as well.
Dallas 5 for 7 on their 3rd downs, including 2 third and longs. Cardinals jump on a 3rd and 6. Who's it on?
Both start. Number 23 offense. 5-yard penalty. Still 3rd down.
It's on to Shard Choice of the Cowboys. So now you have another 3rd and long, 3rd and 11. Now you talk about Cowboy penalties, 3rd most in the league with 55 and a game and a half still to go. Last year, 63.
And that was coming into this game, and they've gotten 2 more.
3-man rush. They've dropped 8.
Kitna, Choice, can't get to the sticks. Terry Rhodes did a nice job to hold him up. Gain of 9.
This has turned into a good old-fashioned street fight, and the Arizona Cardinals are the guys that are delivering the punches.
Dallas is going to keep their offense on the field down 21-3. Clock moving, 7:24 to go in the first half.
Why not break the huddle, get to the line, make the Cardinals do something? Look at the Cowboys are walking to the line, taking their time.
Fourth and 2.
That's going to be on the defense. Free play.
Kitna, incomplete for Hurd, but a flag on the play, and Kitna drew him offside.
And
But
Kitna's
Kitna's down and hurt. Kitna took a shot on the play, favoring his right leg.
Offside defense, number 24. 5-yard penalty results in a 1st down.
That's the 3-time Pro Bowler Adrian Wilson. There's your backup, Stephen McGee.
Out of Texas A&M.
Never taken a snap.
And is about to
Thrown
because
a pass in an NFL game.
The training staff has come out, and now John's on the ground.
Calais Campbell got a hit on him. Kitna slow to get up. Back in Arizona on Christmas night, John Kitna able to walk off the field after he was hit by O'Brien, Schofield, and Calais Campbell. So Stephen McGee, a 4th-round pick out of Texas A&M, who was the 3rd quarterback last year, in his first ever NFL game action.
Run blitz right here. He's handing the ball off.
And remember, Kitna drew Arizona offside, so it's 1st and 10 Dallas at the Cardinals 33. Marion Barber inside the 20, shoved out at the 9, run of 24, tying his longest of the year.
Well, like we said, they attacked the line of scrimmage really strong. And Barber, you're going to see, going to start one way and watch everybody flow. Watch the flow and now take it back. Nicely done by Witten right there in the hole. And then he's able to get back out and allow the big run and Kitna back on the field.
And Barber took a spill.
The Barber took a spill.
Kitna gives for Barber. Barber can't bounce it out. Paris Lennon on the tackle, loss of a half yard.
There's a guy right there, Paris Lennon, 51, who's made a big difference for this Arizona Cardinal defense. Very smart player. He's a heady guy.
Right?
Yeah, and he's one of those guys that you'll look at and you say, you know what? We'd like to be able to do better than Paris Lennon, but they never do. He makes no mistakes. He directs everybody up front. He's a physical player, having a really good year. They're very pleased with him.
Second and goal from the 9. Kitna to the end zone, and it's knocked away from Austin. Rashad Johnson on the coverage.
The Dallas Cowboys made 7 trips into the red zone against the Washington Redskins last week and wound up with very few scores. They wound up with a couple of field goals, a missed 4th down, and this was this little headshot.
Yeah, ball hit Rashad Johnson in the helmet. That's why Austin couldn't grab it in. Injured Cardinal as well. We'll check on that when we return. And O'Brien Schofield being tended to on the Cardinals bench. He's a rookie out of Wisconsin, starting for the injured Joey Porter. 3rd and goal for the Cowboys at the Arizona 9. Kitna under pressure. He's going to run it, and he's going to be stopped short. Campbell got the first hit. Rhodes cleaned it up.
Another decision for Jason Garrett to make.
And he has to make this because Kitna made a tough decision. Going out after getting beat up, that is one tough sucker. He feels pressure, and Joe, this has been the story all night long. He's been pressured and sacked all night long.
He's carried the ball 30 times for 140 yards, has a touchdown. The Redskins stopped him in a very similar situation last week on 4th down.
4th and goal at the 2. Choice to the right of Kitna. Kitna to Witten, touchdown.
There's a shot.
When in doubt,
go to Witten.
You know where to go.
Nicely thrown and executed by John Kitna. And boy, he sure does trust Witten. See Witten lined up there on your left. Now he has position. All right, that's it. That's a heck of a throw and catch by Kitna and Witten.
Witten's 8th touchdown catch of the season. He beat Rashad Johnson. So Kitna went out for 1 play on the drive after getting shaken up. Big run by Marion Barber of 24 yards to set up the 1st and goal. Beeler's extra point right down the middle, and the Cowboys are within 11 with 5:11 to go. Well, John Kitna got knocked down and out for a play, but he comes back in, scrambles, and then throws a touchdown pass to Jason Witten. Cowboys down by 11. John Kitna throws a 2-yard touchdown pass to Jason Witten. And the Cowboy fans at Camp Leatherneck in Afghanistan, something to cheer about here in the first half as the Cowboys get their touchdown, and Cowboys owner Jerry Jones. All right, we got one back. He went to their money man, Jason Witten, his 8th touchdown catch of the season.
That's the guy they can trust. And he's got 4 catches already. That's 86 on the season. The most impressive thing is everybody in the stadium knew it was going there, and they still couldn't stop it.
Beeler with the bouncing kick. Roberts out to the 22-yard line. Moments ago, John Kitna trying to warm up a little bit. Remember, he injured that right knee and sent it down to Alex Flanagan.
Bob, it looks like he's telling the doctors that his left hip, right around his hip bone, is hurting. When he tries to kind of wind back with the ball, he just can't make it go. It seems like he's in a lot of pain, somewhere right around the waist, the hip area.
Stephen McGee going over things on the sideline. Let's see if Skelton and the Cardinals can control some clock. Beanie Wells picks up a yard. Stephen Bowen on the tackle.
And in that picture, you saw Wade Wilson, the quarterback coach, sitting there getting Stephen McGee up to speed as John heads for the locker room.
I wonder just the way he's holding it. A lot of times that could just be a hip pointer, which are very painful.
Well, Kitna has been hit a lot tonight. He's been sacked 4 times. Missed the play, so McGee is going to get the right arm loose. Remember, 2 interception returns for touchdowns staked Arizona to a 14-0 lead. Skelton on the play fake. Here comes Ware. Avoids the sack and a run. Slides down at the 40. Gain of 16 is the rookie of age DeMarcus Ware.
And we talked about his size. He's a big man. He's 240 pounds. He has a great ability to keep his eyes down the field. And then he can run. And this is the part, Joe, you and I talking about. We loved about this kid.
He's just so athletic. I love his stroke. I mean, I've seen higher draft picks, second rounders, that don't throw the ball as well as him mechanically.
And Brady James is lucky he did not get called for a penalty with that forearm to his head on the slide. Beanie Wells with room. Wells picks up 9. Sensabaugh on the tackle.
This offensive line, and they can get going. It's a big group. It's a physical group, and it's coached by a Hall of Famer in Russ Grimm. And so you know that Russ is one of the smartest guys I ever played with or against, and he takes that with his offensive line. He loves Faneca on the left side, Levi Brown on the left side, and he also likes Beanie Wells, his power. And when you combine those two, the Cowboys are getting put in their heels right now.
2nd and 1. Skelton on the play action. And Skelton gets hit and throws it away. And the pass ruled incomplete. What about this rookie quarterback? We asked his main target, Larry Fitzgerald, what he thinks of the rookie.
I think he's got the ability to do whatever he wants to do. He's got the big arm. He's accurate. He's poised under pressure. He's a big guy. He can get out of the pass rush. You know, when guys get their hands on him, he can escape. He does a really good job with that. So, he's got all the tools.
You know, the players all seem very excited about the upside for John Skelton.
You know, he reminds me of Joe Flacco. He's a big guy with a quiet demeanor about him, and the way you lead is you lead through example. You don't have to be vocal, and everything he's done just gives me that sense that he's that kind of a guy.
He's more mobile than Joe Flacco, way more mobile than Flacco. He has the big arm, like I agree with that, but he can make you miss back there, and that's something that not a lot of guys have.
Well, John Skelton was staked to a 14-0 lead with 2 defensive scores, and then it's Andre Roberts with a 74-yard touchdown pass, the first of his career, and then, well, he avoids the DeMarcus Ware sack. He runs for 16. Joe, what do you think so far from what you've seen out of Skelton?
Nothing has changed from when we did the Open. I talked about the fact that I really liked him. I like a lot of things about him. I like the way he fits into this offense, and we haven't really seen, and you talked about it, Matt, Larry Fitzgerald hasn't even gotten involved yet. But everything that he is doing, he's doing to help this football team move the ball and put points on the board.
Matt, on the flip side, Dallas just gets a touchdown. They need to not allow Arizona to get that answer score back.
And they have to do it like Deion Sanders said in the Open. They have to do it with their front four because their secondary, as we've seen here tonight, they've been weak.
Third and 1. Wells slip, will not get there. So the Dallas defense does their job with 2:40 to go in the first half.
Joe, to echo what you said, that's a huge play for this Dallas defense right there. They got the stop. They'll get the ball back with 2.5 minutes to go. Now, sans Kitna, but they do their job and don't allow any more points.
Brian McCann back deep.
Last time Stephen McGee got in the game, Marion Barber had a pretty big run, so have to see what the Cowboys decide to do.
Ben Graham to punt for Arizona. Uses that reverse spin. McCann a fair catch at the 9. That takes us to the 2-minute warning. We'll get a look at the Dallas Cowboys offense and Stephen McGee with the Cowboys trailing 21-10.
Rich Eisen here getting ready for the Sprint halftime show. Jerry Jones joined us pregame, spoke very candidly about the future of Jason Garrett and who he might look for in a coach if not for Jason Garrett. And also Marshall Faulk's chat with Jay Cutler previewed for our Sunday game day morning show, but that's all coming up at halftime after the Cowboys try to do some business on the loudest end of the stadium, Bob.
Well, they're cheering too because John Kitten has come out of the locker room for the Cowboys. Stephen McGee will take his second snap as a pro. And for the second time, he hands it off. Felix Jones rips off 11 out to the 20-yard line.
If he's your designated handoff quarterback, he's a good guy to have in there. And let John Kitna.
He's saying, get my helmet. He said, get my helmet.
Better football through medicine. That's John Kitna. I told you he's a tough sucker, and he'll wince, but he'll be back.
Kitna, 12 of 20, 115 yards, a touchdown, and the 2 interceptions returned for touchdown. Felix Jones again. Wilson missed him. Paris Lennon tackled him.
If the Cowboys call a timeout here, you'll know that Jason Garrett now has in mind to try and get some yards to get himself an opportunity to score.
Arizona called the timeout. As Matt, we're going to take you to the chalkboard. As well, John Kitten has been sacked 4 times tonight.
Well, you see him grimacing, and here's probably the main culprit tonight. Not probably, but Colombo's not had a good night. His feet get messed up. Calais Campbell comes in, sacked. Darnell Dockett comes in. Watch his kick step. First kick step, and then he levels out, gives a short corner. Dockett takes advantage of it. Not been a good night for Colombo.
Question is, when will Jason Garrett let Stephen McGee throw the ball?
2nd and 7.
As soon as Kitten's ready.
Handoff, Barber. Barber fights for 2. Toller with the initial hit. And Arizona will call their last timeout with 1:15 remaining in the first half. And the Cowboys have a 3rd down coming up. Longest running college football all-star game, the East-West Shrine Game, is on NFL Network. Watch top senior players from across the country take the next step to the pros. Catch the East-West Shrine Game Saturday, January 22nd, 4 Eastern only on NFL Network. Of course, we've got you covered throughout the offseason. We take you inside the NFL Combine right through to the NFL Draft.
And quarterbacks coming out of this draft. Andrew Luck, Andy Dalton out of TCU. You're going to see Ryan Mallett at Arkansas.
Roy Williams been quiet, except for the bobbled ball that was intercepted and returned for a touchdown. 3rd and 6. McGee, handoff, Barber. Barber short of the first down by a yard. Kerry Rhodes tripped him up. Arizona is out of timeouts. Remember, they used one on their last offensive possession after the Skelton incomplete pass with a 3rd and 1. They had to use one, which they would have liked to have had in their pocket right now.
With a fair catch, they'll get this back with about 28 seconds to go.
In all likelihood, the Cowboys will let it run down to 1 second, and then Jason Campbell will call the timeout, taking as much time as possible off the clock.
Play clock says 9, and it continues to wind. Kerry Rhodes made the stop on Marion Barber. And with 30 seconds to go, Dallas calls the timeout. Well, you know, the Cowboys this season has been a host of struggles, and it started in their first game of the year against the Washington Redskins. Near the end of the first half, inexplicably, they decide to run a play. Choice coughs it up, and D'Angelo Hall with the scoop and score. Game-winning touchdown. Alex Barron called for a hold against Brian Arakpo. Then on Thanksgiving, Roy Williams with the catch and run, but fumbles the football away. New Orleans goes back downfield and steals that game from Jason Garrett and the Cowboys. Will he or will he not be named the full-time head coach? That is the question every day surrounding the Cowboys. Jerry Jones was on our pregame show. We talked about it. Garrett surpassing some of the expectations. Rhodes just gets to the sideline to try to save as much time as possible. Nice job by Roberts. Return to 4. Well, we know Skelton's got a big arm.
And we know Feely can hit him from about 50-ish.
And you know that the Cardinals don't have any timeouts.
So the middle of the field is gone. You have to defend the sidelines. If they do take a shot, it would have to be here at the 20-second mark. That would give him enough time to get down and clock it.
And he's got Larry Fitzgerald,
who hasn't even sniffed one tonight.
Remember, Fitzgerald was quiet in the first half of that Super Bowl against the Steelers and had that huge touchdown catch that nearly won it for the Cardinals. Skelton, middle of the field. Max Komar with the catch to the 40-yard line, picks up 6.
That looks like a rookie quarterback.
Well, they're going to just let the clock roll out. And the Cardinals will take an 11-point lead to the locker room at the half. Well, Arizona gets a couple of interception returns for touchdowns. 4 sacks in the ball game. Jason Witten has the only Dallas touchdown. And at the end of the first half, the Cardinals lead the Cowboys 21-10 on Christmas night. Stick around for the Sprint halftime show with Rich Eisen, Marshall Faulk, Deion Sanders, and Steve Mariucci. It's a special Christmas edition of Thursday Night Football on NFL Network. It's intercepted, and he's going to take it home. Toller's got it on the run. 10-5, he'll score. Kittner to Witten, touchdown. Under pressure, sack.
Merry Christmas, everybody.
Back in Arizona at the half, the Cardinals lead the Cowboys by a score of 21-10. As we take a look at the first half game summary presented by Ram Trucks. 4 sacks on John Kittner, 2 turnovers resulting in a pair of pick sixes. Cowboys control the clock. So glad you can spend your Christmas with us. Bob Papa, Joe Theismann, and Matt Millen back here in the booth at University of Phoenix Stadium. So, Joe, your impressions of the first half of John Skelton?
I liked everything I've seen. He's only thrown 1 pass, got 74. It's pretty good average for a guy. I think they're going to have to open it up a little bit more. You'll have to see what goes on the Dallas Cowboys side. Will John Kittner come out and play? I don't know, but they're going to have to let John Skelton now do some more things to start to do some evaluating.
Matt, on the flip side, John Kittner was injured in the ball game, came back in through a touchdown pass, but he's been under a lot of pressure.
He's been getting sacked left and right. He's been getting hit. There's 4 sacks here tonight, and the majority of them are coming off the right side. It hasn't been a real strong night for Colombo, the right tackle. Calais Campbell gets after him 1, and then later on you get Darnell Dockett get pressure. Here comes Clark Hagan. So there have been consistent pressure all night long. And Kittner, he took a beating in the first half. And Joe, you're right. We'll see if Kittner is able to come back here in the second half.
It was on that play that Kittner injured his right leg. And he went out for 1 play, came back in after McGee handed off to Marion Barber through a touchdown pass to Jason Witten.
That picture right there on the sidelines should answer the question if John Kittner is going to come in or not. He has his baseball hat on, and now Stephen McGee is going to have a chance to step into the spotlight.
Feely's kickoff. McCann from the 1. Runs out of 1 tackle, nearly was stripped. As we check in on the sideline with Alex Flanagan.
Hey, Bob, well, it is going to be Stephen McGee. Jason Garrett telling me at the half that John Kittner has a hip pointer and also a muscle problem in the hip area. He said he was going to come out here at the beginning of the second half, try and see if he could throw the ball. He tried, kind of winced, shook his head, and said no. So it looks like it'll be McGee the rest of the second half.
All right, well, Kittner will continue to try to see if he can do something. Tony Romo standing by his side, but it's up to Stephen McGee, a 4th-round pick out of Texas A&M last year, with the Cowboys down 11 to start the 3rd. Will attempt his first NFL pass and nearly intercepted by Kerry Rhodes.
Kerry Rhodes read that like a book. He was in center field. He saw the route develop, and you can see him. He starts breaking now. See him coming down? He was lucky that one wasn't picked.
Pass intended for Martellus Bennett. Rhodes with 4 interceptions and a couple of fumble returns for touchdowns.
Bennett has to do a little bit better job of continuing his route also to help the quarterback out.
Or sit down and give him a target.
2nd and 10. Felix Jones picks up about 2. Darrell Washington on the tackle.
What happens with inexperienced quarterbacks is you will tend to wait to see people open as opposed to anticipate where they're going to be. Now, the receivers are the ones that are going to have to make the adjustments and help McGee out. Because with Romo and Kitna, you could make moves and anticipate where the ball was going to be. Now you're going to have to help your young quarterback out.
Third down for the Cowboys. McGee needs 8. To Witten, but short of the sticks. Well defended by the rookie Darrell Washington. Gain of 2 in the Cowboys' first series of the third results in a punt.
Great call by Billy Davis, the defensive coordinator of the Arizona Cardinals. Third down and 7-8 yards. You've got a young, inexperienced quarterback. Throw heat at him right away and make him get the ball out of his hands.
Andre Roberts back deep, awaiting the McBriar punt. Good high punt. Roberts along the sideline. Not able to do much with it. 54 yards, 2-yard return. St. Mary's Basilica in downtown Phoenix, founded in 1881. Meanwhile, Stephen McGee's first NFL pass was nearly picked off. John Kitna injured in the first half. McGee threw it in, pass to Witten on third down short of the stick. So Skelton, 5 of 9 in the first half for 103 yards, starts at his own 18. The throw, middle of the field, intended for Fitzgerald. Newman on the coverage.
You know, Steve Mariucci said at the very beginning of the game that in order for this offense to really click, they've got to get the ball to Larry Fitzgerald. Now, in the first half, it was a drought. Absolutely zero, squat, zilch, nada. You cannot have that. So their first play, they come out. They know it themselves. They know they have to get the ball to Fitzgerald for this thing to work.
The cool thing about Fitzgerald, though, is he doesn't complain.
No.
Second and 10. And false start on Steven Spock.
False start. 83 in the offense. 5-yard penalty. Still second down.
Old Spock needs to live long and prosper. He's not going to do it that way.
Little similar to what we saw the Cowboys do early in the first quarter of the game. Illegal procedure penalty, little motion, put yourself in long yardage situation.
21 points by the Cardinals in the first half, the most this season. The first 14 came on interception returns for touchdowns. Spock in motion on a second and 15. Play fake, here comes Ware, and the pass for Spock incomplete.
Now that's nice eyes behind his head because he could feel the hot breath of DeMarcus Ware coming around the corner. He just came flying. If he'd have tried to pull up and make any more of a play, watch him. He sees him coming. I got to get out of here. Let me get the ball out of my hands too. That's me breathing down your neck.
Spock didn't have the Vulcan death grip on the pass either.
Thank you very much.
There you go, buddy.
Might have to use the Vulcan mind meld next.
Stop.
Third and 15.
Bunch of Trekkies up here.
For John Skelton and the Cardinals. Skelton buys some time with his legs. Tries to avoid Ware. Pass deflected and nearly intercepted by Spencer off the hands of Ben Patrick.
They rushed only 3. They dropped 8. And so that means you've got excellent coverage. So it's a zone. So you keep somebody over the top and ball, okay? Now you look back to the other side, Roberts. Another defender sitting on the inside. So now you look to your tight end underneath, Spock. And so there's your underneath defender. That allows those 3 guys to get some pressure.
Ben Graham. Flag on the play as he gets the punt away as Graham got hit. And the ball will be down at the 37-yard line. And we're going to check the flag.
Probably a 5-yarder running into the kicker.
50-yard punt.
Running into the kicker. Defense, number 40. 5-yard penalty. Still be fourth down.
Danny McCray.
That's a good call.
Ran into the punter.
That's a good call.
Now, because it was 4th and 15, the 5 yards is not net a first down for Arizona, but they'll elect to punt again.
There's 3 rules to the kicking game. Don't be offsides, don't rough the kicker, and don't let the ball hit the ground.
Let me ask you this, with the ball down at the 38-yard line where it was after the roll, would you boot it again?
Well, with this kid's leg, yeah.
They had a 50-yard net on the last one. They elect to re-kick. High kick, McCann, fair catch at the 26-yard line.
Gain of 12.
56-yard punt. Cowboys offense back on the field, down 21-10. And Merry Christmas to all of our troops watching around the world in Camp Leatherneck in Afghanistan on this Christmas night. John Skelton and the Cardinals lead the Cowboys 21-10. Stephen McGee in at quarterback for the Dallas Cowboys after John Kitna was hurt in the first half. Felix Jones, the running back, on a 1st and 10. Cowboys start from their own 26. Jones to the outside. Jones with a first down and more out near the 40-yard line. It's a gain of 14. So, guys, you look at the Dallas Cowboys, and you heard Jerry Jones on the pregame show say he's been really impressed what Jason Garrett has done to this point. He did reiterate, though, that he's only had 6 games as a head coach on any level. Now with Kitna hurt, how do you evaluate everything that's going on?
It's hard. It's very difficult to do it. You still need to get your defense fired up like they did on that last series and make some plays for you to help out the offense.
Jones again, Dockett the tackle after 1. Matt, there's been so many things that Jason Garrett did. He really caught the team's attention in his first team meeting, and he said, listen, I didn't just change things for the sake of change. He had some certain core beliefs he believed in.
Yeah, and he did it because he does believe in them. And the biggest thing, we said it in the beginning of the game, is the details. And it's the small things that win. Joe Paterno used to say that all the time. Take care of the little things, the big things will take care of themselves. Jason Garrett believes in that principle, and he's brought it to this football team. You can see the difference.
2nd and 9 for McGee. McGee to Witten. Witten will get a half yard, and that's it. Paris Lennon on the tackle. Well, one thing Jason said was, look, we say we want to be a physical football team. One of the things we're going to do is we're going to go in pads every Wednesday, and they're also in helmets and shoulder pads on Thursdays, and you've got to create a mindset. You've got to practice how you want to play.
If you practice physical, you'll be physical. He thought that they didn't do that, so they started practicing it. Now is where it has to pay off. Because Billy Davis, the Cardinals defensive coordinator, he's just throwing numbers at this kid right now. He's forcing him to have to figure it out.
3rd and 8 for McGee. Has time, middle of the field, incomplete, intended for Witten. Johnson on the coverage.
What appears that the Cardinals, all they'll have to do here in the second half is cover Jason Witten, and that'll take care of everything.
And bring pressure, because he doesn't know what he's looking at. I mean, as a young quarterback, you drop back and you see people, but it's not like it was in practice or when you watched it in practice. It's a whole different speed.
Fryer with a high climbing punt. Roberts is going to let it bounce, and a good decision. It goes into the end zone for a touchback. 58-yard punt, net of 38. Well, both of these teams had aspirations of making to the postseason. They will not. The Atlanta Falcons have clinched a playoff berth. The Bears have clinched the division. Philadelphia, they just got to win their games, and they are in. The Rams have a huge game against the San Francisco 49ers. Giants and Packers. For the Packers, if they don't beat the Giants at Lambeau Field tomorrow, they're out for the postseason.
Philadelphia has that look of getting better as the season's going on, and that's a scary and dangerous look.
Michael Vick has that look.
Eagles play the Vikings this weekend. Beanie Wells to the outside, picks up 5 on the play. Newman on the tackle. And, you look at the Green Bay Packers and all the injuries that they've had. They host the Giants tomorrow. The Giants are coming off an unbelievable loss against the Philadelphia Eagles last week. But with that said, if the Giants win in Lambeau Field, they're in. The Packers, they're eliminated if they lose the game. They've got the Jets, they've got the Giants and the Bears left on their schedule. Not the Jets, the Giants and Bears for the Packers. So for them, it's playoffs starting tomorrow. 2nd and 5. Skelton, Roberts can't get it to the outside. Skandrick ran him out. So, you look at the Falcons and the way they've played. You guys think that the Eagles are the most dangerous team of them all, though?
I think the Eagles you have to keep your eyes on. The Falcons are playing very well at home. Keep your eyes on the New Orleans Saints. I know they got tripped up just a week ago, but that's a big game this Monday night against the Falcons in Atlanta. That team is still a defending world champion.
Yeah, you get Michael Vick and those guys indoor on turf. I don't know if there's anybody that can stay up with them, whether it's Atlanta or not.
3rd and 2. Skelton wasn't ready for the snap. Recovered by Breston. And Skelton kept it alive, and Breston fell on it to save the possession for Arizona.
There have been 2 opportunities in the last 2 drives. Spencer missed an interception possibility on the last drive. Now the ball is snapped before he gets there. Comes diving in.
No, did you see Skelton at the end of that play?
Pushed it away from Spencer.
He thought Spencer was going to get it, so he tapped it forward to allow Preston to be able to get it. That's a great heads-up play.
Ben Graham to punt. Low toppling kick. McCann muffed it, recovers it at the 40-yard line. And Skandrick mixing it up with one of the Cardinals. Well, John Skelton wasn't ready for it, but aware enough to bat it to Breston right there, enabling the Cardinals to punt. This Sunday on NFL Game Day morning, Bears quarterback Jay Cutler sits down with Marshall Faulk to discuss winning the NFC North and making his first playoff appearance. Don't miss NFL Game Day morning Sunday, 9 Eastern, only on NFL Network. We're going to get you set up for all of the big games on Sunday.
That's another team. If Cutler's on, the Bears are a really tough team.
They're getting better. McGee gets hit, but he hits Austin for a first down to the 42-yard line. Darrell Washington got the pressure, gain of 19.
Now that was impressive.
Very impressive.
That young man was very impressed. Stephen McGee just stood right in, looking right down the bore of the blitz, right in his face, and he delivers a really nice ball to Miles.
Well, the scoring in the first half. Felix Jones picks up a couple.
Billy Davis, their defensive coordinator, knows that they're going to have to throw the ball short. Okay, so he's stacking line. He's got 8-man fronts the whole time. He's forcing this offensive unit of the Dallas Cowboys to have to run into an unblocked man. Generally, when you see that, the experienced quarterback would come to the line of scrimmage, get out of it, and try to throw the ball.
The experienced quarterbacks are on the Cowboys bench. It's second-year man Stephen McGee.
Look, he's spreading everybody.
2nd and 7. McGee under pressure. He throws it away, intended for Martellus Bennett.
Smart play. Smart play. He went 5 guys out. The guy he wanted was Jason Witten. Witten was going up against the safety 24. He falls down. Watch this. That's who he wanted right there. Wasn't able to get it, had to redirect and got rid of the ball.
Adrian Wilson on the coverage on the last play. Cowboys 1 for 4 on third downs between 5 and 8 yards. Now they need to use a timeout with 7:18 to go in the third quarter. Trying to battle back from a 21-10 deficit with their third quarterback. Stephen McGee, a quarterback for the Dallas Cowboys, has hit 3 of 6 for 22 yards. First pass nearly intercepted by Kerry Rhodes. Under heavy pressure finds Miles Austin for 19 yards. And now he's trying to convert. A 3rd and 7. At the Arizona 39. Choice to the left of McGee. Under pressure, he'll run it. McGee won't get there. Good job by Rhodes and Adams to keep him 3 yards short of the sticks.
We bailed fast. They brought 5. He saw the pressure started going to his right. He made the determination early. Here comes the 5. It's picked up. Now he's got to get outside. He sees the back to the wall, to the ball rather, but Kerry Rhodes does a nice job of coming inside out.
What's going to happen with Stephen McGee is he's going to get 1, possibly 2 looks, and then he's going to have to do exactly what he did, get out of there.
Beeler will attempt a 53-yard field goal to match his career long. Operation is clean. It's got the distance, and it is good.
1-score game.
That pulls the Cowboys to within 8 with 6:46 to go in the 3rd quarter. Beeler going in this direction during pregame warmups had missed a couple to the right. Gets it inside the right upright. Jay Ratliff says, all right, we're within 1 score with over a quarter to play. So Beeler connects from 53 yards out. We're talking about NFL Game Day morning and all the big games in the National Football League. Guys, let's take a look at the AFC playoff picture. And New England Patriots have already locked down a playoff spot. Pittsburgh trying to secure the number 2 seed. Kansas City trying to hold off San Diego. Jets are in Chicago this weekend, and the Colts control their own destiny. What about the San Diego Chargers, Matt?
San Diego Chargers, they need help, and they have to have Kansas City lose, and they need to win their last 2. And if that happens, if they don't make it, they are going to be sick because they have one of the top offenses in this league, one of the top defenses, and special teams has just been a kick in the rear end for them.
Assistant equipment manager Bucky Buchanan and equipment manager Mike McCord changing some of the cleats with this natural grass surface. Seen a couple Cowboys slip on this field.
Probably going with 3/4. 3/4 are usually, that's a tough one. Probably 5/8 is what they're switching to.
They'll look like spikes.
Yeah.
I mean, they really will. They'll look really, really long. But it's a tight field.
Beeler to kick off. And he does kick deep. Andre Roberts will run it out from 4 yards deep. Will not even get to the 15-yard line. Ball came loose, but he was ruled down by contact. And recovered by Ben Patrick, even though it was down by contact originally on the return. Sound Effects takes you inside the game for all the sights and sounds you miss on Sunday. Tuesday, don't miss an all Tony Romo episode. Sound Effects Tuesday and Wednesday, 10:30 Eastern on NFL Network.
The last 2 series, the Dallas Cowboy defense has really stepped up.
Hey, the Cowboys defense has given up one big play, a 74-yard touchdown pass. The other 2 Arizona scores were scored by the Cardinals defense. Skelton on a 1st and 10. Skelton overshoots and open Roberts.
Yeah, he went to Roberts. Roberts come up holding his ribs, but Larry Fitzgerald sat down in the hole, was wide open.
That's the first time that they've really let him set back and throw the ball down the field. Larry Fitzgerald working in the middle. John Skelton made his mind up to go the other way.
Second and 10. Hightower on the run. Spins ahead up to the 20-yard line. Picks up 7. Keith Brooking on the tackle.
Nice call. Sets up 3rd and manageable, which is where they want to be with the young QB.
See, the the other thing, too, in this situation, if he doesn't like what he sees down the field, we've seen it before, he has the athletic ability to break the pocket and go pick up the first down with his legs.
Only one ball has been thrown to Fitzgerald all night. Does not have a catch. 3rd and 3. Skelton can't hit Roberts. It looked like he had a step.
They went man coverage.
Now we see a little bit of the inexperience of John Skelton. I mean, what's happening is with people around the receivers, you know, he talked about throwing it, aim small, miss small. Well, he's aiming small and he's missing a little bit more than small.
Big, yeah, exactly. What happens, you know, you mentioned about it earlier, Joe. The NCAA, open is a yard. In the National Football League, open is a guy on your back.
You can on the run and a short punt. Quickly into Arizona territory. 43-yard punt, 16-yard returns. The Cowboys, after the terrible start, within one score here in the 3rd in the desert. Back in Arizona, the Cardinals with a 21-13 lead. John Skelton misfiring on a couple passes so far. 6 of 15 for 106 yards and the 1 touchdown. But Dallas will start this possession in Arizona territory, down by just 1 score. Stephen McGee in at quarterback for the injured John Kitna. 3 of 6 for 22 yards. Calais Campbell can't get to McGee, who does a half slide in front of Paris Lennon.
He doesn't know how to do it yet. I mean, there's so many things. You watch Stephen McGee, this is just learning under fire. That's all it is you're not sure when you're supposed to slide, but he can use his legs. When he was at A&M, he rushed for 11 touchdowns, so he knows how to get out of the pocket and escape, and that was just going to be a simple 2-person route.
2nd and 6. Felix Jones gets a first down to the 36-yard line, gain of 7 on the play.
That's impressive right there. Okay, they know, everybody knows you're going to keep the ball on the ground right here, and so they just come up and they just go hat on a hat. What does that mean? That means every guy is on their respective guy. Nicely done by Gronkowski. Nicely done by Witten. Well done on the inside by Colombo. Leonard Davis as well.
Paris Lennon shaken up on the play. Well, you know, a lot of talk concerning the Dallas Cowboys and the situation with Jason Garrett. You know, John Kitna in his 13th year has been around a lot of head coaches, and he likes what he sees so far.
You know, I think what he's done is he's come in, I think the best way to describe it is he's removed gray area. And he's presented some very clear boundaries. You know, not always met with open arms, certainly, but at least guys know where those boundaries exist and the consequences if, you know, those boundaries are crossed over.
Instituted a dress code, instructed the players on how they would deal with the media, moved the practice schedule, meetings earlier, but he's brought a heightened level of commitment, guys. He talked about when he was a 3rd quarterback and Jimmy Johnson was the head coach. He said, I could be 3 fields away, and I felt like he was looking right through the back of my head, but he made everybody better in the organization, and Jason has brought that same mentality.
And Norv Turner was another one that he gives a lot of credit to, that has to do with the offense, the ability to adjust, the way the system is set up. So he's had some very, very good mentors getting him prepared to be a head coach in the National Football League. Will it be the Dallas Cowboys? I really don't know what direction Jerry Jones is going to go in, but I think what he's doing with this football team here will give an opportunity for a lot of different teams that'll be changing coaches a chance to consider him.
Rashard Choice, the tailback in the I set in the 1st and 10. Choice with a hole to the left. Picks up nearly 10 on the play.
When we talked to Billy Davis yesterday, one of the things that concerned him was the way the Arizona Cardinals have struggled on 1st and 2nd down. And here we're starting to see the Dallas Cowboys assert their size up front.
Yeah, sometimes the bull gets you, and sometimes you get the bull. That time Gronkowski got the bull. and Tashard Choice benefited.
Marion Barber in on a 2nd and 1 for the Cowboys. Now the Cowboys will be called for a false start.
False start. 70 on the offense. 5-yard penalty. Still 2nd down.
It's Leonard Davis, the right guard.
You would think that now that being your 58th penalty on offense, but week in and week out, you would think that the Dallas Cowboys, from a discipline standpoint, would figure out that they can't jump off sides. Now, I will give them this benefit. You have a different quarterback with a different voice and different inflections, but still, it seems to happen with everybody. Tony, John, and now Steven.
2nd and 6. Felix Jones turns it outside. Pushed out about a yard short of the 1st down. With NFL Game Rewind, relive every game of the 2010 season and NFL playoffs online and in HD. Sign up today for new special playoff offers at NFL.com/Game Rewind or search for NFL Game Rewind.
Well, that Felix Jones, he's got some good speed. Now you make a mistake and you open a lane for him, he finds it.
Cowboys 1 for 1 on their 3rd and 1s tonight. A couple of years ago, Barber was money. They give it to Barber, money again, 1st down. Inside the 25, gain of 3 with 2:38 to go here in the 3rd, and Arizona's lead just 1 score. You know, we talk so much about the Cowboys and how many points they've given up defensively. Guys, they've done a pretty good job to not allow Arizona to get any additional points other than the 1 score to at least give their offense a chance to peck back into this.
Those 3 drives so far that Arizona's tried to mount, Dallas' defense has shut them down in a big way.
3 and outs for the Cardinals on offense in this half. Barber on a 1st and 10. Barber to the 5, takes on Wilson and scores!
Flag. He took his helmet off.
I'm telling you something, that is about as rinky-dink as you can get. I mean, this is professional football, and you have him acting like someone who is not a professional football player.
Well, I'm going to tell you why he got excited. Watch him find Adrian Wilson, who is a tough guy. He makes a decision to go attack him and then runs right through him. Now, that's a great effort.
After the touchdown, unsportsmanlike conduct. Number 24 of the offense took his helmet off after scoring on the field of play. A 15-yard penalty will be assessed on the kickoff.
But this is why Dallas started 1-7. They did it in the game against Tennessee, which gave Tennessee a short field to go down and beat them. And then the next week in Minnesota, on their first touchdown of the game, they got called for another celebration penalty.
You can walk around and say, my fault, but come on.
Jason Garrett's going to go for 1. You still have over a quarter to play. So he'll kick the extra point by Beeler. So Marion Barber with his 4th rushing touchdown as he takes on Adrian Wilson. Great run, great effort, but then foolishness after the play.
You have to control your emotions. Yeah, you're excited. But, you know, I mean, you're so excited. Your team has been struggling, but you've got to control your emotions. You can't just throw away 15 yards. This is a heavyweight fight. And one thing like this could give them field position after your defense has done such a great job for you.
Did you see Tashard Choice as he's running over there, jumping up and down? Tashard Choice looked back and started pointing, going, that's a penalty.
Wade Phillips head coach, Jason Garrett head coach.
I don't see anything.
Same silly thing.
That wasn't the details he's talking about.
Wow. And then they've had 3 illegal procedure penalties on offense.
The Cowboys are down 21-3. Only 1 win since 1985, trailing by 18 or more points. That was in 1999 at Washington.
Incidentally, I agree with Jason Garrett for just going for the 1 instead of 2 there.
Lots of football left.
A lot of football to go right here. And he's just reading the way the game has gone. His defense has responded, and offensively, they've moved the ball.
But now they got a kick from their own 15-yard line. Beeler is a guy that can get it to the end zone for touchbacks. Arizona has had 3 3-and-outs in this half. Beeler, driving kick. Roberts from the 10. Roberts to the 30, to the 35, and Beeler knocks him out of bounds. That's a 32-yard return, but Beeler's a guy that kicks touchbacks.
Which
and that penalty, I mean, it's huge.
It cost you 20 yards. And as well as your defense is playing, you have to understand the total nature of the game. If you're an offensive player and you score a touchdown, don't do something that hurts the defense.
Now the pressure is on the rookie quarterback, John Skelton. 3 3-and-outs, 1 yard, 9 plays in the second half. From the 41, he'll throw. Screen nearly intercepted, was it?
Maybe.
It's ruled yes by Brady James. No, one of the other officials, the umpire, saying incomplete off the deflection. It looked like it short hopped into the hands of James.
It was off the hands of Jay Ratliff, number 90. He gets his hands up.
An incomplete pass. Second down.
Well, that's 99, Oslansky.
That looks, oh no, that's a good call. He had it initially, and then the ball hit the ground as he came forward.
Jason Garrett's going to challenge it.
It looked like in the middle he kind of bobbled it, and the ball touched the ground.
The question you have to ask is, was the other hand underneath it?
Take a look at it.
Watch.
Right here.
His hands are underneath. Now right here, it looks like that's a catch. Now keep it going. Now it looks there like it bounced.
The ball moved when it hit the ground. Jason Garrett is 3 for 3 on his challenges.
Now remember,
of an incomplete pass.
Ooh.
It looked like his right hand might possibly be under the ball on that particular shot, but the call in the field is incomplete. So there has to be the irrefutable evidence to say that it is overturned.
Ball was in his hands, and then as he goes in his dive,
hey, Jason, he's not sure either.
The ball hits the ground, and the question is, does it move, in which he then loses some control and then regrips it.
But is it on the ground? Or is it in the hand? Is the right hand under it to support it?
Regardless, it's a good challenge. He made the right decision to challenge it.
Right choice.
Hands under it right there, and you can just barely see it hits, but does he have control?
Well, the right hand's under it. I don't know.
And then he re-gripped with the left hand. Now we're in Arizona on Christmas night. Here's how we got started. John Kitna, first offensive possession. Dominic Rodgers-Cromartie, 32-yard interception return for a touchdown. Then the pass to Roy Williams, deflected. Greg Toller goes 66 yards for a touchdown. John Skelton's first career touchdown pass to the rookie, Andre Roberts, 74 yards. And Arizona was rolling. John Kitna, touchdown pass to Jason Witten, 21-10 at the half. Marion Barber had a big 24-yard run for the touchdown. And then the call for the celebration penalty, and then Brady James interception, ball in his hands, hits the ground. It looks like that right hand is under that ball the entire time. It was ruled incomplete though on the field.
Yeah, the ruling's incomplete, and then it has to be irrefutable. And they have to determine whether or not he had control. Now, if you have control, the Bert Emanuel call, if you have control and the ball hits the ground, that's still a completion.
Here's Jeff Triplett.
After review, the ruling on the field stands. Dallas is charged their first timeout. Their second timeout of the half, and their first challenge.
It's a good challenge, though, by the Cowboys.
had the ball in his hands, and then as he went to the ground, the ball hit the ground and it moved. And that's deemed he lost control at that point when the ball made contact with the ground. That's why the call was upheld as an incomplete pass.
But you have to be impressed with the way the Dallas Cowboys have come out the second half and really taken it to the Arizona Cardinal offense.
Cowboys defense has given up one touchdown tonight. The pass to Andre Roberts. John Kitna hurt in the first half. Beanie Wells, the tailback, on a 2nd and 10. Wells picks up a couple. Igor Olshansky on the tackle.
Paul Pasqualonia, now he's rolling the dice a little bit right now. You see that man right there? They're giving him man-to-man coverage on the outside, and they're crowding the line of scrimmage. And basically, what Paul Pasqualonia was saying, at least in this last down, was go ahead, rookie, try to beat us.
Pasqualoni took over as defensive coordinator when Wade Phillips was let go on November the 8th. Third and 7. Max Komar. Newman tripped him up and kept him short of the first down. Ruled down at the 49.
That was a big tackle by Newman. If Newman doesn't get him, that's a chance for a big, big play because they came with a blitz. Since the ball dropped down on Preston, Newman's on the outside. He's got to make that tackle. There's a blocker for ball. That had a chance to be a big play.
4th 3 and out of the half for Arizona. Ben Graham to punt. McCann, a fair catch, just inside the 10-yard line. 41-yard punt, and no return.
You know, that right there is what Joe, you and I were talking about. To me, that was good game management right there by Jason Garrett. He read his team. He knew what he had. He went for the 1 point. He trusted his defense. And then even with the penalty, they were able to go the 3 and out and get him out.
I think he feels really good about him running the football. I think that's what's really got him feeling comfortable.
Tonight's aerial coverage is being presented by Southwest Airlines. First time this season the roof has been open at University of Phoenix Stadium.
What a gorgeous facility, isn't it?
Really is.
Beautiful night out here, too.
And the game and the Cowboys have tightened up. Dallas down by 1, starting from their own 10. Felix Jones picks up 2. Adrian Wilson on the tackle, and that should be the final play of quarter number 3. So the Dallas Cowboys scored 10 in the 3rd quarter. After a very, very slow start and pick 6s for the Cardinals, Dallas battling back after 3 in the desert. So glad you can spend your Christmas night with us here in Glendale, Arizona. Bob Papa, Joe Theismann, Matt Millen, Alex Flanagan. We start the 4th quarter. Cowboys have battled back from a 21-point deficit. 18-point deficit, now trail by only 1 as we start the 4th, 2nd and 8 from the 12. McGee behind Witten, incomplete. Dominic Rodgers-Cromartie on the coverage.
Well, Jason Garrett isn't protecting them that much. He's just letting them drop back and throw the football to the man that they feel like can make all the plays for him. Jason Witten is in the pocket, pushes out, throws a little screwball.
Yeah, he throws it a little bit behind also.
He hasn't never had a chance to really work with him.
I agree with that.
That's hard.
And the other part is it doesn't have Darnell Dockett throwing some bad breath his way either.
3rd and 8. And now McGee has to use Dallas's last timeout.
That was poor.
4 seconds into the 4th quarter. Well, obviously for these two teams, they're looking for wins. Neither team going to the postseason, but some huge games on tap this weekend in the NFL with a lot of snow coming. The Jets are in Chicago against the Bears. Chicago's already clinched the division. How about San Francisco still alive in the NFC West?
If they win out, I believe they win the division.
Indianapolis controls their own destiny.
That's going to be a good game against those Raiders. That front seven of the Raiders is pretty good defense.
And the Oakland Raiders are running the football very well against an Indianapolis defense that hasn't done very well stopping the run.
The Giants beat Green Bay, they're in. If Green Bay loses, they're out in the NFC wild card picture.
Seattle at Tampa's a good one. That Tampa Bay team, they're playing well.
Now, because Dallas is out of timeouts, guys, they can't challenge anything till we get to the 2-minute warning with the booth review. And remember, that's the other thing with this young quarterback. He's had to call 2 timeouts here in the second half. They lost the other in the challenge. McGee, Hurd, first down.
Heck of a throw by McGee. And they brought 6.
In the third quarter, he makes a throw with somebody right in his grill. Once again, steps up into the pocket. Again, somebody coming right at him, a free runner, and makes a nice throw, puts it right on point to Sam Hurd. Sam does a real nice job of getting open in the man-to-man coverage. Did a job on Michael Adams.
Yeah, he got Adams turned around. That ball was right where it had to be.
First and 10 from the 25. Choice tripped after a gain of 1. Dan Williams, the rookie first-round draft pick out of Tennessee, in the tackle.
The Dallas Cowboys with Stephen McGee have chosen a formation that is basically a goal line short yardage formation. They have one wide receiver in, and that's Miles Austin split out. They've got multiple tight ends, and you'll see them line up in a power wing and maybe bring the wing in motion, maybe not. Now on second and long, they spread it out a little more.
And Austin is not in the game. It's Roy Williams and Hurd.
Here's the guy right there. That's Witten.
Second and 9, McGee. Witten fights for a couple extra yards to the 31-yard line.
We're going to change his name to Security Blanket, because that's what he is right now. Safe throws, the ones that he feels most confident with, has been to Jason Witten. Witten now has, what, seven catches? Gives him 89 on the season, and he's been steadily moving the chains. And now again, they set up in third and manageable, where Joe, you talked about it earlier, he has the ability to maybe use his legs if it happens.
Third and 4. Jesse Holly's in the ball game with Hurd and Williams. McGee under pressure, shovels it for Choice, and he gets the first down.
It's going to be close.
I think Tony Romo's been coaching Stephen McGee a whole lot with that little push pass forward. He's scrambling, sees him, little push pass forward. Good job. Hey, whatever it takes.
This is not a push pass. This is called the Favre. He made it very popular. He Favre'd them.
There's so many things in this league that are Favre-esque. Jumping after you hand off, doing all kinds of stuff.
Miles Austin not in the game. Alex Flanagan tells us he's being treated for cramps. First and 10, Choice with some room, and then a heavy collision with Calais Campbell.
That was a good hit.
6.
Big hit by Calais Campbell. And he's letting them know about it.
This is the formation that I've been talking about. This is the power they run, but look at the shot he takes. Almost loses the ball.
Calais Campbell put all 290 pounds or whatever he is. He's a big man. You know, when you see hits like that, here's what I say. Formations, schmormations. It's still about blocking and tackling.
Second and 4. Felix Jones falls ahead for a first down. Gain of 5. Guys, you know, this drive is so clutch for the Cowboys in a lot of ways. As Miles Austin checks back in, remember, they were starting at their own 10-yard line.
Yep.
So even if they don't get another first down, they've changed at least field position.
And the way their defense is playing, you have to feel pretty good that you would possibly get good field position if you had to punt it back to him.
But what's so impressive is this offensive line, which was getting beat up in terms of the pass. They are now running the ball very effectively against numbers. And what I mean by that is generally an 8-man front, so there's an unblocked guy.
Marion Barberin will take the handoff on first and 10. Barber. Run out at the 49-yard line, gain of 3, and then he takes a spill on that outside metal surface.
That was a wicked stiff arm that he threw on the last defender. I didn't catch the number.
Dominic Rodgers-Cromartie.
Yeah, he runs. I love the way this guy runs. And yes, it was stupid to take your helmet off, but he gets physical. It's not in the face mask. It's right in the face, right in the kisser. I love that.
Oh, he runs violent. He tries to hold his balance, and now he's like he's ice skating.
Well, that is a metal surface on the outside parts of this field that actually roll out of the stadium when they have other events. McGee under pressure, throws it to Bennett, and they'll lose a yard on the play.
He wanted to go to his security blanket again to Jason Witten, but the coverage was all over him. Watch Witten, 82. He's going to come down. Corners holding the outside, and the safety's in the middle. Nowhere to go with that. Does a smart thing, dumps it down underneath, but sets up this third down.
The Cowboys have dominated the time of possession in this ball game. You see here in the second half, 14 minutes and 37 seconds. The reason why Arizona even has the lead is 2 defensive scores in this game.
Spread them out.
34 minutes. 3rd and 9. McGee's going to get sacked. Hagan's got the initial pressure. And then O'Brien Schofield finished it up. 5th sack tonight by the Cardinals.
Nicely done by O'Brien Schofield. Good job inside by Darnell Dockett as well. But here comes Schofield. Off the edge. Hagens forces him wide. And then Schofield finishes it up.
And that would be the time when a more experienced quarterback in all likelihood would climb the pocket a little bit, let the ends run around outside, and then be able to step up and make the throw.
With 9 minutes to go, McBriar to punt. Middle of the field for Roberts. Roberts spun around at the 20-yard line and then driven down there. Brandon Williams on the tackle. Well, the Cowboys have come storming back from 18, but a big sack by the Cardinals force a punt. They have the ball by 1. Back in Phoenix, Arizona, 8:50 to go in the ballgame. Cardinals clinging to a 1-point lead at University of Phoenix Stadium in Glendale, Arizona. So glad you can spend your Christmas evening with us here at NFL Network. Ken Wisenhunt and the Cardinals. Very important offensive possession for Arizona. They have 5 first downs in the game.
Larry Fitzgerald just called a timeout. And I hope it's that he comes back and says, listen, throw me the ball regardless of coverage. I'm going to go get it.
So they'll talk it over with 8:50 to go in the ball game. Big possession coming up for the Cards. Well, Larry Fitzgerald, quiet tonight, Matt.
Well, yes, they have a safety over the top. And yes, there are times that they're doubling them. But here's what a young quarterback has to learn. Not all coverages take the receivers out of the game. So at one point, he's just going to have to just make up his mind and get the ball to Fitzgerald. Paul Pasqualoni, the defensive coordinator for the Cowboys, he's scared to death of Fitzgerald. Thinks if the ball is near him, he's going to go get it.
Beanie Wells fights for almost 4 as we check in with Alex Flanagan.
Hey, Bob, well, Larry Fitzgerald yet to show an ounce of frustration out there on the field or on the sideline, but a big streak for him could come to an end tonight. He holds the longest active streak in the National Football League right now for multiple catches in a game. He has caught 2 or more passes in 97 straight games coming into tonight's game. Had 9 catches last week. Of course, though, Larry very open and up front, saying he doesn't have the same rapport with this young quarterback.
Only targeted twice. They need a rapport and fast. Now hold on to a 1-point lead. Skelton goes elsewhere, and the pass deflected away nicely by Jenkins, intended for Roberts.
Roberts was going to be open. Skelton just didn't put enough air under it. And Mike Jenkins, who was a Pro Bowler a year ago, really shows up on this one.
Well, see, there's no one in front of Jenkins in that zone to hold him. And so that allows him to get depth. And so the receiver climbs, and so does he, and he gets his hand on it.
Cardinals have not picked up a first down since there were 3 minutes left in the second quarter. Their only third down conversion was a 3rd and 1. Skelton, middle of the field, converts this time to Roberts.
Good coverage, nice route, good time, and Roberts just makes the play.
That's all it is. I want this ball. This is an I want. He's fighting to get open, Ball goes up in the air, gets it, tucks it away. This is just somebody working so hard to make a play.
Well done. Skandrick is right there. He's reading the eyes of the receiver. Once his eyes get big, he starts his defense. But well done by Roberts to come down with the catch.
First down since 3 minutes left in the second quarter. Gain of 21. Now Beanie Wells rambles for 9. Jason Hatcher on the tackle.
Well blocked inside, Alan Faneca. Oh, Malaya on Ware. And that's a tough guy. That fullback, that's a good, tough guy. DeMarcus Ware isn't going to back down.
Now, Paul Pasqualoni told his guys, hey, look, I know Russ Grimm, be ready for a street fight.
Absolutely.
It's exactly what they expect out of the offensive lineman. It's the way the guys that he played with the Hogs, that I affectionately got to call mine for so many years.
2nd and 1, Beanie Wells, first down and more, takes on Brady James.
Look at that interior of that offensive line. Lyle Senline, the center, 63. Deuce Latui, the guard. Faneca, the other guard. They just blow the middle of this Dallas Cowboy offense right off the ball. Watch the inside 3. That's just power on power. And then here comes Wells right behind him. And make no mistake, Beanie Wells is a powerful man.
Wells in his second year out of Ohio State, the 31st pick in last year's draft. Roberts in motion. They feed Wells again. Tripped up at the 35 by Igor Olshansky. Gain of 4 as the clock moves down to 5:48 to go.
I would expect the Arizona Cardinals to continue to burn as much time as they can.
Dallas is out of timeouts and out of challenges.
And they've done what they wanted to do. You talked about it before, Bob. Dallas changed field position on them. Now the Arizona Cardinals, if nothing else, have done the same thing against a young, inexperienced quarterback if he gets the ball back with some time.
This is Russ Grimm football right here.
Hightower tried to slip through the cutback lane, tripped up at the 30 by James, gain of 3. But it is good old-fashioned power football. We talked with Russ Grimm, who was inducted in the Pro Football Hall of Fame. He said, you know, that Friday when the Hall of Famers all gather and they kick everybody out, and it's just the Ray Nitschke luncheon, he said, was the coolest thing ever. In fact, he said, I had to go to the bathroom, but I wasn't leaving this thing. It's unbelievable where they all tell stories and the rookie class doesn't say a word.
All very emotional.
3rd and 3 at the Dallas 31. Direct snap to Wells. Not going to get there. Hatcher held his ground with Spencer.
Dallas did their job once again.
Hatcher did a real nice job. And you mentioned Spencer held the edge, and that's the key. Watch Hatcher out here, and then Spencer. See how he gets on top of everything and forces it back, and they don't block him. Heck, Hatcher's able to come from the inside out because Spencer did his job.
Now, Jay Feely missed a 49-yarder in the first half, and they're short a man right now. They're running people out onto the field. Levi Brown's got to get out there. Play clock is down to 8.
They're going to call a timeout.
Ken Wisenhunt will just say, wait. We'll use one of our 2 remaining timeouts with 3:50 to go. Well, Jason Garrett and the Cowboys have battled back. Cardinals setting up for a field goal. Well, earlier tonight, Jay Feely, who had only missed 2 field goals all season, misses from 49 yards out as he missed it wide right. And with 3:50 to go in the ball game, Feely will have another 49-yarder. which would force Dallas to need a touchdown to beat Arizona to make this a 4-point game.
In the pregame, we saw him kicking from 55, 56.
Ben Graham, the holder. Operation is clean. It's got the distance, and Feely is good from 49. So Jay Feely pushes the Arizona lead to 4 here in the fourth. Well, with 3:45 to go, can Stephen McGee in his first ever NFL game engineer a Cowboy comeback? Trailing by 4 with no timeouts remaining. John Kitna injured in the first half. Rookie Brian McCann back deep for the Cowboys, averaging 23 yards a return. John Kitna, with a touchdown pass to Jason Witten, was injured on that drive in the first half, came out for a play, finished the drive, but could not go in the second half. Jay Feely, good deep kick. McCann will take a knee with 3:45 to go, and the Cowboys will start at their own 20. Well, Stephen McGee's first pass of his NFL career nearly intercepted by Kerry Rose. But then he steps into one to Miles Austin in the face of some pressure. And a big throw to Sam Hurd. And on the third down, little shovel pass to Shachar Choice. McGee, 7 of 11 for 43 yards.
All of that serves as a warm-up for this series.
Cowboys out of timeouts. McGee to throw on first down. Skips it at the feet of Miles Austin, incomplete.
That one he just flat throws in the ground. He climbed the pocket that time, but everything now is so speeded up. He's got to try and relax just a little bit. Nobody in his face. He threw the ball fine with a couple people in his face. This one he just bounces into the ground. You just got to relax. Take a deep breath and throw the football like you're capable of doing it.
No Tony Romo. Kitna out. Jason Garrett really be named the head coach of the Cowboys. He's an interim, and right now one of the game's hands rests in Stephen McGee. McGee to run, has a first down. Flags come in late.
That was a heck of a flag throw. That was about a 20-yard flag throw.
Landed right on him.
Came in from the secondary.
Illegal contact. Number 24 in the defense. And 5-yard penalties added to the end of the run. First down.
You watch 24. It's Adrian Wilson, and you can see it. You see it up in the air. That's a heck of a throw.
Yeah, Jason Witten got knocked down, and that's a heck of a throw by the back judge, Steve Freeman.
Incoming.
Whoa.
Whoa, that is nice.
One of those put somebody's eye out a while back.
Yeah, in Cleveland.
Miles Austin picks up 9 on the play.
All right, now you have to get them to the line of scrimmage. Everybody gets set. You don't have to move with great urgency, but they're going to huddle them. They have no timeouts. I would think a little bit of a hurry-up might be in order for this offense instead of going into the huddle and letting time just tick away.
But how much does McGee, in his first ever NFL game, how familiar is he with their whole hurry-up concept?
Doesn't matter. He has a microphone in his head.
2nd and 1. The give for Felix Jones, who gets the first down into Arizona territory. Pickup of 6 on the play.
They are going to have to hurry it up.
I just don't see them. Now they're going back in the huddle again. I don't understand what they're doing at this point because they're down. They're going to need a touchdown. They're down by 4. And you've run one play in 50 seconds so far. I just don't see a sense of urgency of getting to the line of scrimmage.
McGee fumbles the snap. McGee's going to get sacked by Adrian Wilson. 6th sack of Cowboys quarterbacks tonight.
Oh, low and outside to the left.
Manageable.
He's going to Hurry up before the 2-minute warning.
Playoff here before the 2-minute warning.
Sam Hurd's night.
They do as McGee goes to the middle and Witten makes the catch at the 45-yard line. Pickup of 9. 1:56 to go. Cowboys need a touchdown. Cardinals by 4.
Coming up after the game, highlights of the game, also a star of the game on the set, and my producer tells me surprises in store. I asked, what did that mean? He said, I can't tell you. It's a surprise. So in other words, I don't even know what's on the K Jewelers post-game show. Bob, back to you.
Well, Rich, we might have a surprise ending here. The Cowboys do not have any timeouts. 1:56 to go. They have a 3rd down and just a hair over 5 yards from the Arizona 45.
Here's the
Cardinals
guy
by 4.
that can't surprise them. It's Jason Witten. Adrian Wilson in the matchup. 24.
McGee under pressure. McGee, Austin can't haul it in. So that'll set up 4th and 5 for the Cowboys.
And Adrian Wilson gets physical and takes him away and forces him to have to get out of there.
Don't you have to redirect him, Matt?
Yeah, absolutely. You have, defensively right now, you have to get your hands on the receiver. You have to slow him down or redirect and make that quarterback have to work even more. Can't be a clean read.
With the Cowboys out of timeouts, this is the ball game here.
From a Cowboy standpoint, you have to create some kind of traffic for Jason Witten to come underneath to get to the first down.
And Jason Garrett's yelling, let's go. Play clock's down to 2. They get it off. Slant for Hurd, incomplete.
Game.
Flag on the play late.
Oh, it's going against Arizona.
Sure it is. He jumped the route. The corner jumped the route.
Pass interference. Defense, number 29. Automatic first down.
Dominic Rodgers-Cromartie.
Well, he said you wanted to get your hands on him. He doesn't. And then that's a good call.
Very good call.
He hooks him with the left hand, and the back judge made the throw. The side judge winds up throwing it in.
Cowboys get another life. Automatic first down at the 37. McGee going for it. Oh, touchdown! Miles Austin! McGee's first career touchdown pass in his first ever action. Miles Austin. And the Cowboys have their first lead of the night.
Rashad Johnson had a chance at knocking the ball out. Instead, he went for the interception, and it went the other way.
And the Cowboys have battled back from an 18-point deficit. And the extra point is no good by Beeler.
You can't make this stuff up.
And Arizona has 1 timeout left and 1:41 to go.
Here's the touchdown. Austin, in and out, back out. That is one heck of a throw.
Rashad Johnson has a shot at it. You'll see. Miles Austin gets on top. There's number 49 coming in. Goes, I don't know whether it went through his hands, around his hands. I mean, this is unbelievable.
Oh, he just gets there late, Joe. Yeah, it's a game of inches.
Wow. And Matt, it looked like Johnson took a flat angle to the ball from where he was coming from center field, and Austin had to step past him.
How about Bueller missing the extra point?
Unbelievable. But what a fantastic throw that was by McGee.
You know, this is the most exciting game we've done all year, and it's on Christmas night.
Now, you explain to me, Joseph, how do you miss this?
You kick it left.
Unbelievable.
That's a second missed extra point by Beeler, who's been pretty inconsistent this season. So now 1 young quarterback, puts the Cowboys ahead. A rookie for the Cardinals now needs to put together a drive.
That's a heck of a throw. And Miles Austin's mom and dad, who we had an opportunity to talk to.
Saw him at the hotel earlier yesterday.
They got to be happy right now. But this defense now has to do their job.
The rookie Roberts from the 9. Run out of bounds at the 24-yard line. Well, there's another great game on Christmas Day. A lot more at stake. NFL lore. December 25th, 1971. Ed Podolak goes in for the touchdown. Gary Yepremian kicking for the Miami Dolphins. Double overtime on Christmas Day in the divisional playoffs as the Dolphins won in Kansas City. Longest game ever. Can Jay Feely create a Christmas memory for Cardinals fans?
Remember, they only had one timeout left. They couldn't, when they were getting the field goal ready, they had to waste a timeout.
Maybe now you find Larry Fitzgerald.
Does not have a catch tonight. He's got one. Sends the ball on the tackle. And the pass incomplete as Fitzgerald could not hold on to it.
Oh, he got drilled right there. Yeah, he's feeling it.
So 2nd and 10 for Arizona, trailing for the first time tonight.
If you're a great pass rusher, this is a time for DeMarcus Ware to show up.
Here he comes. There he goes, sack.
Great players make great plays at the right time. DeMarcus Ware is a great one.
Levi Brown just takes the inside. DeMarcus Ware has done this to him all night. Skelton got away from him earlier in the ball game, but he's not going to get away from him this time.
And Arizona uses their last timeout. 12.5 sacks on the season for DeMarcus Ware.
Did you see how he stopped Levi Brown's feet? It was an out-in-out move. And what that does to the offensive tackle, it stops his feet. And Ware is quicker at redirecting than Levi Brown, and the end result is a sack.
3rd and 15. Darnell Dockett can't believe it. Miles Austin with the go-ahead score. Only one win after trailing by 18 or more points since 1985. They did it against the Redskins in Washington back in 1999. 3rd and 15. Arizona out of timeouts. Screen over the head and incomplete.
That's going to be on
the play.
Looks like Michael Jenkins is already into the receiver.
The other thing is, too, you had offensive linemen down the field because that screen took a long time.
Ooh, offensive.
Call it offensive interference.
To develop.
Pass interference, offense, number 18. Opponents decline, 4th down.
Penalty on Max Komar. 4th and 15 for a rookie quarterback.
Larry Fitzgerald. He's up top. Give it the best chance. It's him.
Skelton, middle of the field, gets Fitzgerald for the first down to the 45-yard line.
Now you just hustle and spike it. Plenty of time. Plenty of time. Get everybody lined up.
Under a minute to go.
We're running out of people. There we go.
Skelton avoids the sack. Takes it to midfield and gets out of bounds with 42 seconds remaining. Brandon Williams got pressure on him.
Holy smokes, we got a ball game.
Well, he keeps his streak alive. That's his second one.
Yeah, they went with a zone, Joe. They went with a pure zone, and Fitzgerald ate it alive. And because he had time to throw, he was able to find him.
Remember, Feely's long this year, 55 yards.
Means they need about 12 yards to go here.
Out of timeout, Skelton. Hightower gets the first down to the 38.
Now he'll clock it, doing a real nice job of running this offense.
Gain of 6. Brady James on the tackle. Skelton will spike it with 25 seconds to go.
I like the way John Skelton has continued to operate this offense. He's made some big throws, hasn't been flustered by anything, ran out of bounds, good presence of mind.
Remember, Larry Fitzgerald was talking to us about me. He said, nothing phases this guy. The game never gets too big for him.
The missed extra point, huge here. Dallas would have led by 3. Now Arizona has a chance to steal the game back. Ware back in. He has the only Dallas sack. Pressure from Scandrick. Skelton keeps it alive. Skelton has Komar to the 25-yard line.
That was all Skelton. There's a free blitzer. He has a chance to make the tackle. Skelton makes a miss and sets this up. They'll have a chance to win.
With 10 seconds to go. Now there's a flag on the play. Late flag. Did they have an illegal formation?
Hey, there's 10 seconds left. If this is against them, this is a 10-second runoff.
And the game will be over.
There's no timeouts.
Illegal formation on the offense. They have an ineligible receiver on the end of the line. All the players got set. There will not be a 10-second runoff.
Oh, there you go.
It's a 5-yard penalty. Still first down.
That's a good explanation.
Well done, Mr. Triplett.
Jeff Triplett explaining that all men were set. That's why there was not the runoff. See the receiver right there, 18. Komar needs to cover the outside offensive lineman, the tackle. So here comes Jay Feely.
Clock will start on the whistle as soon as the umpire backs out of there. And he will wind the clock.
48 yards for Feely to win it. Kick on its way, and it is good! With 5 seconds to go. And there's a flag down on the field.
The field goal is good. After the field goal, unsportsmanlike conduct. Arizona. Players coming off the bench and onto the field. The 15-yard penalty would be assessed on the kickoff.
You could call it excessive celebration with reason.
Mike Leach, the snapper. Ben Graham got it down. Jay Feely, good from 48. Inside that right upright. He knew it was good right off the kick. And what a job by John Skelton. They faced a 4th and 15. And he made a couple throws that they needed. One of them was to Fitzgerald. Darnell Dockett, we showed him before. Sad, now he's glad on Christmas night.
All in the span of 2 minutes.
And here's the missed extra point when the Cowboys took the lead. Beeler just pulled it left, which enabled Arizona to take the lead.
Looks like the Grinch showed up for Beeler.
I think he brought it on himself.
He's a foul one.
And the Cardinals have to kick off from their own 15. Ball stays inbounds.
Let it go into the end zone.
Clock starts once it's touched. It stops right short of the goal line.
Unbelievable. That's the game. What a great game.
Merry Christmas world.
Now, will they put a second back on the clock?
Well, the game clock operator, please put 1 second back on the game clock.
So, I mean, you can't play it any better than this. Newman's thinking it's going to go out of bounds. No. Is it going to go to the goal line? Clock doesn't start till I touch it. I have to pick it up. It's a live ball. And he chews up 4 of the 5 seconds. Well, that's like Jay Feely, you know, nestling one of his wedge shots to within about an inch of the cup.
How's that for 2 kicks in the span of 5 seconds that are unbelievable?
Hey, while we have a second, we have to thank our producer, Ed Fabershoff, and director, Artie Kepner, for the great job that they did this year, and our whole crew. Fantastic.
Let's not forget Mark Titleman for the work that he does.
Jim Stamos, Ed Svita, Len Mignani, Brian Melillo, Dave Geller in the booth, Mark Punzel. Final play for the Cowboys. Austin laterals it, and it's recovered by Kerry Rhodes to end the ball game. What a wild finish on Christmas night. Stephen McGee looked like the hero, but it turns out to be Jay Feely with his 48-yard field goal with 5 seconds to go after Beeler missed the extra point on the go-ahead score.
To me, one of the most impressive things of the night was when they knew they needed the big play. When all the chips were on the table, they got it to Larry Fitzgerald, and he made the big play.
Got it to the one guy you wanted to get the ball to.
Fitzgerald with 1 catch for 26 yards, but it came at a big moment. Beeler led the drive. Arizona and the rookie quarterback, John Skelton, work out of a 4th and 15 to keep the drive alive. Roberts made a big catch. And what a wild finish here on Christmas night in the desert. Well, it's been a lot of fun doing our 8 games here on NFL Network. Joe, glad to have you this year.
Great to join you. Thank you.
Yeah,
really look forward to it, big fella. It's good to stand next to you without you banging on me for all those years. This has been fun.
Yeah, no, what a great finish here tonight. We started off with the game in Atlanta between Baltimore and Atlanta, which went down to the final seconds. And in this one, you see 2 young quarterbacks make plays when they had to. Skelton leads his team to get him in field goal range.
That, to me, that was very, very impressive. There are a lot of things that popped up, and you could see the mistakes of youth, but you can also see the potential of youth as well. And to me, that was the story of this game.
And I think the Cowboys have to think about Stephen McGee possibly starting next week against Philadelphia in the last game of the season. But I said it in the beginning 4 hours ago. I like John Skelton, and I like him a lot more now at the end of the game with the things that he was able to do. He ran that 2-minute drill with perfection. Got out of bounds, grounded the ball, made the big throw, got it to the big playmaker.
And, you know, for the Dallas Cowboys, now 4-3 under Jason Garrett, I mean, McGee comes in off the bench. He's able to get the touchdown pass to Miles Austin late, but the little things, and this time it's a missed extra point, Matt, that cost the Dallas Cowboys an opportunity.
Take care of the little things take care of the big things, will take care of themselves. They didn't get it done.
Well, John Skelton led his team downfield, and Jay Feely able to knock down the field goal, and the Arizona Cardinals edge the Dallas Cowboys here in the desert, 27-26. Coming up, the Kay Jewelers post-game show. We'll have highlights of tonight's game and some of the stars and some surprises as well, as Rich Eisen promised. The Arizona Cardinals come from behind and knock off the Dallas Cowboys on this Christmas night in Arizona.